What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another week with the House of Jazz and the House of Jazz crew. Our live stream, I believe it's the 19th for March 19th, 2022. And we would like to begin this broadcast and just giving praise, glory, and honor to God that this brother right here is actually still alive.
Live.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, we're just like, yo, we're so happy because there was a period for about an hour or so today that within the House of Jazz community, which is just a small, just a small little community, it was rumored that this man had died. And we've never had a death hoax, okay? We've never had a death hoax in the House of Jazz, fan before, but yeah, so Kasai, we just all want to say, man, we are glad that you are alive and well, and that you did not come back from the dead just to tell us that you were dead. So we're just happy, very happy, Kasai. So how do you feel now that you're among the living again, Kasai?
Yo,
How do you feel, man?
me and Sinbad, we had a nice talk backstage, and
Okay.
we're
Now,
feeling great.
right. Now, I'm sure that there are probably some people out there like, what in the world are they talking about? Well, there was a conversation going on, I guess DMs and stuff going back and forth saying a joke was mentioned. And Kasai replied to this joke simply saying Kasai had died. But Kasai typed it, right? Now
Yes.
some of us just assumed that when he typed it that he meant as in laughing really hard over the joke. But there was a couple of people who read that and was like, and their heart sunk into their stomach because they thought our friend Kasai actually had died. So for a little bit, people were like, "Wait a minute! I checked Facebook, right, Brandy? I checked Facebook. It didn't say that it didn't say he died on there." He's like, he's not big enough to really do a Google search to see if he died. I don't think any of us are that big enough. So, but after the short period of confusion, I think it was cleared up that this man is still alive and well. So, yeah,
Yes.
we're just happy to see you, smiling, laughing, and on, among the living, man, among the living, man.
It feels good. Got straight out of the fresh out of the Lazarus pool,
Right,
and
right.
I'm feeling great.
Fresh out the coffin, huh?
Ah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. But anyway, again, welcome everyone. Tonight, we are going to be listening to. Okay, last week we had a sample that was sent out by Kim to a lot of us, and with the challenge of, hey, make your own beat using the same sample. So we do have that. We had about, I think, five people participating in that. So a little later in the live stream, we're going to take a listen. We're going to listen to the original sample to see what it sounds like, and then we're going to listen to what people did with the sample. So stay tuned for that. And as always, we want to randomly just play some recreations of songs that we've done. And of course, we want to have our discussion. We want to just be running our mouths about some things. So you know what I'm saying. So if you're in the audience, feel free to join in and give your opinion, join in the discussion. Before we get started, though, I always like to allow my guests to introduce themselves because we never know, this is their first time on the live stream. So I want you to know who these people are. So take it away, Mitch. Let's try that again. Take it away, Mitch.
What am I taking away?
Um, um,
I'm
okay,
sorry. I
we
apologize.
can do this interview style. Young man, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Mitso.
Okay, young man, what do you do? What is it that you like to do musically?
I like to play.
Okay, you like to play what?
Play
The fiddle. What?
no,
Like
the
play what?
piano. I like to
Oh,
play the
piano.
piano,
Okay.
as you
Oh,
can see.
okay. You like to
Okay.
play piano? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. All right. So, have you like released any type of music projects recently or anything
Yeah.
that
Recently,
people should go listen to?
yes,
Okay.
I recently released an album from since September of last year,
You
and
did?
yes,
Wow.
I did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you could find me on the music streaming platforms on Spotify, Apple Music,
Wow.
the thing you
Fruity
hate,
music. Okay.
and
Yes.
Fruity
Okay.
Music, and
Okay.
all the other music platforms. Um, you can catch me on Instagram. As you can see, my name is Mitch
Oh, so you do
underscore
have an Instagram.
soul.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I do.
Great.
I have
Great.
Instagram. I have my videos
Yes.
on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
YouTube. You got a
Yes.
YouTube. Wonderful.
Yes. God. Yes.
So, what is the name of this project that you released?
My
You
name.
told us you released it back in September, but what's the name of it? You have to tell. But
The
what's the
name of
name of the
the
project?
name of the project is called In Your Presence.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Amen. Amen.
Man.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show this evening and sharing some information about you. Okay, unrehearsed. I'm just saying, he's sitting there playing dumb, like, what you mean about take it away? So, I just had to kind of coach him through it a little bit.
I'm
That's
like, what
all.
is he talking about?
Just had to coach him through it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. All right, and next to
Scorpio B.
Krithy, we got
Yeah.
Blondie. We got Scorpio B Rocker. What's going on?
I'm highly favored and blessed.
Oh, didn't you say that backwards? You supposed to say blessed and highly. Okay, anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have a headache, so
Oh, okay.
therefore it's gonna be backwards today.
Okay, I was gonna say if you're gonna say the line, you gotta say it. You gotta say it the right way.
Well, I am blessed and highly favored.
All right, that's what's up.
Mhm. And if you want to find me, I'm on Instagram, Scorpio BNC. If you want to find me on YouTube, it is Scorpio B Harvey. If you want to find me on Facebook, it's Brandy L Harvey. And I play keyboard, drums, bass, guitar, whatever instrument there is. And also a graphic designer and all that good stuff. And that's all
Okay.
I'm gonna say. Thank you.
Wow. So do you play the fiddle?
I might can if I get one.
What about the harmonica?
I might can blow.
Oh, okay. What about the harp?
Hey, if I find one, I try it.
And of course, Kim's favorite, the cowbell. Can you
Oh
play
yeah,
that?
I can definitely play the cowbell.
All right.
Or,
Like
the,
she said.
or also man's favorite, the kazoo with a saxophone.
Oh yeah, I play one of them too.
So you like Hustle Man on Martin, right?
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
bust up on there with a saxophone, with a kazoo tape to the saxophone, talking about pick up the pieces, pick up
I
the
will do
pieces.
it. I will do it.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Now you saw how Martin reacted to that. Like, how you gonna come up in here with a kazoo taped on a saxophone? But anyway, all right, that's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, and below her we have a lady of many, many, many words. Lovely lady, Miss Juella or Jewel. Let me say it really. Jewel, how you doing, Jewel?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm alive and I'm cool. I think.
Word.
Told you, man. Woman of many words, many, many, many words. All right, and next to her, we have a woman of very few words. Doesn't like to talk that much. Pretty quiet most of the time. Conversations with D. Let's see if she's there. See, her mic is muted. Oh, there she is.
I am. Elmo is here.
Yeah.
Elmo is going to introduce himself. Elmo wants you to know that you need to go check out Conversations with D. She interviews a lot of your favorites.
Oh, really? Has she ever interviewed Bert and Ernie?
I said a lot of your favorites.
That's my favorite. I
I
think Bert and
didn't
Ernie
say-
are.
okay, so I didn't.
I think Bert and Ernie are great.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. Elmo is here to talk about
But you said Mike Greats.
Steve.
Hey, Bert and
He's
Ernie
not
are
here
Mike
to
Greats.
talk about Bert and Ernie. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Because it's not about
Hey,
Bert.
Big Bird, come here. Have you ever talked to Conversations with D before? No, Mr. Snuffleupagus. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, yeah, check out her channel. Okay? Follow her on IG.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Okay. All right.
This is Grover. Okay.
Okay. This has been a very interesting introduction segment. We're going to go ahead on and again say hello to Kasai. We already started off, but when somebody is dead for a little bit, it's worth saying hello to them multiple times. So we're going to say hello once again to the man that has rejoined us, Mr. Kasai. What's going on, man?
Nothing, not a thing. Happy to hang out with you cats. My name is Kasai Selassie, aka Lazarus Man. I
I know he was down there with Abraham Bosom, and then the rich man was, asking him for some more. But anyway, all right, we're not gonna get too deep in theology tonight. It's all good. But yeah, man, it's all good, man. You want to tell the people where they can follow you, your music, and any announcements, upcoming shows, or anything?
Yes, sir. I'm Kasai Selassie on all forms of social media. Twitter, I almost said MySpace. I just showed my age.
Ooh, man.
Twitter,
like
Facebook. I'm 170. You went this step. That's what I'm talking about. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all under the same handle. I will be playing next Friday, March 25th at 8 p.m. at 228 Ridgewood Avenue in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. So if you're around, come check a dude out.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Yeah, definitely check him out because you never know when he might disappear again. So you better check him out while you can. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. The man might disappear on you. You know what I'm saying? He might disappear on you. Dissipate. Okay, disappear, dissipate, two different things. Well, it could be this. Never mind. Anyway, all right. So anyway, let me just go over to the chat real quick. I see we got Fresh Sounds, Fresh Sounds, Florida over there in the chat. What's going on? Rocky, Baltimore. Now he is from Baltimore. Baltimore's on Rocky. Good to see you, sir. We got Call Me Dizzy over there. What's going on? And D, we already talked to her. And KJ Enterprises LLC. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Again, we're going to just have some discussions, but we do have some music for you to enjoy as well. So before we jump into our first topic of discussion, I think we're going to go ahead on and just play a song for your listening enjoyment. So we're going to listen to a track that Rocky turned in. This is his recreation. Let me see, what's the title of it? I know this song. I just forgot the title of it. Out on a limb. Sorry, Out on a Limb by Tina Marie. So this is his recreation of that classic song. Hope you enjoy. Wow. If you are just tuning in, you were listening to a recreation of Out on a Limb, originally by Tina Marie, but that track was produced by the one and only Baltimore's own Mr. Rocky Shipley. Yo, that was hot, man. I haven't heard that song in like eons, man. Excellent job, man. Excellent job as always, sir. Good to see you back, man. We haven't had any new music from you in a while, so glad, glad you, you back in that driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, for those of you that may have come in since I've gave my initial introduction, we are going to have some discussions tonight. So the first topic up for discussion this evening. Now, most of us have some years on us. You know what I'm saying? We might not be ancient, but we got some years on us, and you may have some musical artists that you like you actually like, you love these artists, but when you see them today performing and stuff like that, sometimes in the back of your mind you might be saying, sir, ma'am, or sir, it might be time for you to retire. Like, hey, I still love you, but I love you, but it might be time for you to just retire and just bask in hopefully your savings from over the years. So we want to talk about artists that you feel probably need to retire. So we're going to start the discussion off of that. So I'm going to leave the floor open for anyone that wants to jump in. Do any of you have any artists in your mind that you feel, hey, and you still love this artist, like they're the bomb, but in the back of your mind, you like, it might be time to retire. I'm leaving it open for y'all. Okay. Well, I thought we had somebody ready to go, but I can start it off because I do have one. Okay, hold up, wait a minute. Rocky got one. Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah. Rocky got one. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, Rocky. Ooh, Rocky. Oh no, Rocky. Are you sure about that, Rocky? You sure about that? Oh no, I mean that's one of the queens right there, man. Rocky, why did you? I'm scared to say her name. I don't want it to be like on YouTube record that this name came out of my mouth as somebody that needs to retire. Although I'm not saying it, but still, like, Rocky, why would you say she needs to retire? Oh my goodness. And well, let me ask this because he's obviously not on the panel, so he needs time to type up his answer. But anybody on the panel, do you agree or disagree? Shaka Khan, does she need to retire? Go ahead.
I haven't heard her of recent, so I still have I'm still looking at her through the lenses of nostalgia, for lack of a better term. Because that woman's a monster. She sounds like the living embodiment of a trumpet. But I haven't heard her in recent years.
Well, here's the thing, and I have not watched this. I've only heard about it. She just did the thing on Instagram when you do the battle. What is it called? Versus. She literally just did it like a month ago or something like that, and people were saying that she was horrible. I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't heard it, but it was like everybody was like, "Yo, what's wrong with Shaka?" So this was just recent. I haven't heard it yet, but yeah, let me see what they're saying. Go ahead, Kasawa. You gonna say something?
No, not at all. So, did she get over COVID or something? Did she have
I don't know. Well, this is Rocky. Rocky said this right here. Do you see that? So that's what Rocky. Oh, okay, we got somebody else that just put up another name too. Okay, no. They did. What this person is saying that the verses was Stephanie Mills versus Shaka Khan. Okay, so that's what it was. So that whatever that I haven't even heard a clip of it, but I heard that she she needs to go drink some Shaka juice or something. I don't know. That's what I heard because I honestly have not heard even a clip of that. But man,
Oh man, you said Shaka Juice.
I don't know. Hey, you're talking to somebody who did not even hear the performance. So, but okay, so Shaka Khan. Okay, so anybody else on the panel think Shaka needs to retire? First of all, how
No,
many of y'all actually saw the live? Not the live, but the verses.
I
I've
haven't seen.
actually seen a little bit of it, and
Okay, so
Shaka.
the little bit that you saw, what's your opinion about Shaka?
Yeah, she do need to sit down.
Oh, oh,
She
oh,
doesn't.
oh, 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 oh,
So
dang.
here's a
Yes.
question. We have to define what do we mean by retired? Do we mean stop putting out music, or do we mean stop doing shows, or both?
It's. I mean, it could mean either or, but usually when you retire, you just kind of stop
Yeah.
doing both.
All right.
But if your opinion about somebody is, hey, stop touring but keep doing music, feel free to share that too. So, yeah. So, in other words, however you want to define it is how you can define it. So, but Brandy, you said she need to sit down.
Oh yeah.
I mean, does she have to sit all the way down, or can she sit on like a high stool so that she's still somewhat standing up, or does she need to sit like down in a chair?
Like,
Like,
but she needs to have like several seats.
No. I mean, she was okay, but that particular
I have to
performance,
check out this thing.
she was really like all over. She wasn't the Shaka that we know.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
we see.
She
Okay.
she was Flocka Khan.
Yeah,
She was Daka Khan. We need to go back to Shaka.
yeah,
Take that D, go back to C.
yeah.
We don't need no Daka Khan. We need some Shaka Khan or
Most
Baka
definitely.
Khan. Nah, Shaka. We need some Shaka, not no Baka.
Oh
Okay, all right.
gosh.
Jewel, you usually see stuff like that. Did you catch that particular
Um,
verses?
saw a clip, but it was too much to bear.
Okay,
it
well,
was too much
from
to
the clip
bear.
that you heard, then just all. So she's only speaking from the clip, just so that let the record show from
I
the clip
mean,
that you heard. Well, what do you think about what she needs to do?
I don't know if I can truly blame her. I feel like they need to stop giving Ciroc to the old heads, knowing they're gonna drink it.
She could have been
Uh,
drunk.
she needs to
Hey,
trade the 4-inch pills
says
for the
Ciroc
two
to the
inch.
old
She's a little
heads.
old now, so yeah.
Okay.
They were drinking Ciroc the whole time, like, dog, don't you know you have a doctor?
Mm.
It's like pace yourself, baby. Get some water.
Wow. Rocky said she could. Rocky said she could have been drunk, and then he said, "Trust me, she was out of character." Okay. Okay. So maybe that's all it was. Now, I mean, if that's the case, then that means she don't need to retire. She just don't need to be drinking before she sings. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 All right. All right. So Shaka. So we have some people that's like she need to retire, and then we have other people who just says she just need to save the Ciroc till the after party or the after show. Okay. All right. Well, does anybody else want to bring up an artist that they feel should probably retire?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, just bouncing off the verses tip. A lot of people, when music versus Anthony happened, people were telling music, yo, stop singing, just keep writing. Stop singing, but keep writing.
Well, and that's another one that I did not see, and I didn't even hear a clip of.
Oh, you
But
gotta see it. It's comedy, straight comedy.
okay, all right. So in your okay, so you said you were saying that people were saying this. Now, what are you saying about Music Soul Child?
He's an album artist. He's a
He's an
studio
album
singer.
artist only.
He's a
Okay,
studio singer. I mean, whatever.
okay, okay.
Okay. I mean, we gotta keep defining the terms. Like, what do I mean? Some of these artists, they kind of are retired. They're not really doing shows, but they come out of that retirement to do verses that one time. So, like, you know, so
Okay. All right. So Music Soul Child, according to her, keep writing, keep making studio albums, but when it comes to touring, you need to retire, buddy. Does anybody else have any opinions about Music Soul Child? Like I said, I thought, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about him. I like his music. I like the. I don't know his music like all his songs or anything, but there are a few songs that I've heard that I like. I've even covered some of them before. I've done Love before. I've even
Late.
done the one about I'll
Yeah.
love you when your hair
Don't
turns
change.
gray. I've even
Don't
done
change.
that one before. So there's, I'm familiar. I would say that I'm familiar with some of his songs. And I always thought the man was a good singer, but there are people who say that actually live he's never really been that great.
A
So
waste of
I
eighty
I, I didn't
dollars.
know that. I didn't know that.
He
But
said a waste of $80.
oh, who said that? Who? Somebody said that in the
Somebody
chat.
they said that in the past.
Oh
In the
oh oh oh
past,
oh a waste of. Oh yeah, a
in the
waste of
past
$80.
broadcasts we had a waste of $80.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Anybody else have thoughts on Shaka? I'm sorry, we finished with Shaka. I'm sorry. Soul Child, music Soul Child.
No, his live stuff never really hit home for me.
Okay. Okay.
He's
So
a
you're familiar
great
with his live.
writer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. His he's a great writer. Um, I have to agree with everybody on that one. I saw him twice, and the verses was the second time, and I don't know. I don't
How
know.
how many seats? Cause so our rating system tonight is going to be how many seats a
Seats.
person needs to take. Do they need to simply take a seat, or I would say have a seat, or do they
Several.
need to take several seats, or do they need to take all seats? I don't know what the third one's going to be, but
I,
we'll
I
make
think
it up as we go. But
I
like,
think
how many seats? Cause how many seats do you need to take?
I think he needs to make like Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson, and like you know how they leaned on the cover. They had to lean. I think
Yeah.
that's what he need to do.
Okay, so he doesn't have to sit all. He can sit on the stool. He can sit on the
Yes,
stool, right? He doesn't have to sit all the way. Like he can, a stool, a tall stool, a
yes,
bar stool, right?
yes. Like once
You
into
just okay. All right. Okay.
like
Cool.
songwriter style.
Okay. Got you. Got you. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. Any other opinions about music before we move on? Like I said, I'm familiar with his music. I think his music is good. Was somebody getting ready to say something? I'm sorry. Thought I heard something. Okay, no. Okay. Yeah, yeah. He definitely has some nice songs. I've always thought his music was very very well done. So definitely, I wouldn't want him to stop creating music, but I'm going to have to start paying attention to his live a little bit more. But okay, that's
Mhm.
cool. That's cool. Um, let me just check the chat before I move on.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
I have Shaka. I love Shaka. Oh, they were still talking about Shaka. Okay. All right. Well, I have somebody that I this might be a little controversial because this is royalty. This is
Mhm.
music royalty. This is Motown royalty. But sometimes when I see this guy just performing and trying to still look like with the young hairstyle, braids and stuff, and I'm like, dude, aren't you the same age as like what my grandfather would be if he was still alive? So I'm like, what y'all think about Smokey Robinson? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time for Smokey? Is it like? Does he need to sit on a bar stool, have a seat, have several seats, or just have all seats? I'm like what y'all thought?
All the
Well,
seats.
all the seats. Oh man, Mitch said all the seats. He just like every time he sees a seat, he
The
needs to sit
whole
down, and as
the
soon as he
whole
stands up and walk in the next seat, that he needs to sit down again.
the whole entire theater
Oh, the
seats.
whole theater. The Apollo Theater, man. The
No,
Apollo
not
Theater.
the famous New York Apollo Theater, the Fox Theater in Detroit.
Yeah, that's right. Because yeah, Motown, right? Might as well say that. Now,
Yeah.
Mitch, why do you say all? Talk to us, man. What's up?
Well, one, he's old. He hasn't made anything.
You just say he old.
He,
Okay.
he hasn't
Well,
made
first of all,
anything. Yeah,
he old.
he haven't made anything in years. Or have I don't know if he toured in years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's touring, but okay.
And um he doesn't like to be referred to it as African American.
Oh, for real. Okay.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, okay, the dead that sounds like a really great a laugh from the grave, Kasai.
Yeah.
Where did that laugh come from, sir? Like, what are your thoughts?
It's like, yo, look black to me.
I mean, you might be light skinned, but yeah,
Like Skin did.
yeah, you might be light skinned, but yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. My thing is, like I said, I really don't know if he's touring and all that stuff. I just know that like he just will randomly. Sometimes you'll just randomly see him. You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere performing or something, and he might have like either braids in his or something. It's just I'll just be this, and when I see it, I'll just be like, no, Smokey, no. It's just like, man, come on, man. You royalty, man, and you will always be royalty. But it's
Who
yeah,
wanna hear
man.
an 80-year-old sing it?
Like,
Baby, let's cruise.
you know what? To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you know what? But it wouldn't be that wouldn't be an issue if he was just singing his classic stuff. But it's like sometimes he'll be up there and his new song it'll sound like some type of song made on a Casio keyboard or something. I don't. It's just I
Wow.
don't know. It's just I'm like, dude, yeah.
The last I seen him, he did something with Daryl Hall because it's something he plays on YouTube.
Okay.
They had different
Oh,
artists.
live from Daryl's house.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
'cause he
seen
did.
that, not that particular thing, but I have heard of that live from Daryl's house before. Okay.
Yeah, because he did one of his songs. Ooh, baby, baby,
Mm-hmm. I
and
love that song.
he sang one of Hall and Oates songs, Sarah Smile.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's fine. He doesn't. Yeah, I mean the old stuff. He alright with the old stuff, but he be trying to come up with some new songs and stuff.
I hope he doesn't rap, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he don't have a rap song out there. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I
I'm trying to imitate that.
he probably would have a bandana on and everything. I would not be surprised, man.
Some Allen Iversons, like his 1999, some Reebok pumps. Still talking about I'm not black.
Man.
With an S curve check at the bottom.
He come out with that Crip walk.
Wow.
Teddy, what's that? 313. Teddy 313. Thank you so much for coming past and showing some love. We're just in here talking about artists that probably need to retire now. You know what I'm saying? So, if you have a artist that you would like to bring up, feel free to bring it up in the chat. And that goes for anybody that's in the chat room as well.
Okay, Jewel said to let her in.
Oh, she's not. Oh. I don't even be hearing the clicks. Okay. All right. Sorry, Joe. I didn't even know you left, and I didn't hear a click. I didn't even hear a click. That little sound that I usually hear. But anyway. Okay.
I don't agree, but I hear a lot of people say that about Alicia Keys and her lack of ability to sing.
Let's talk about that because there are a lot of people who say she cannot sing. And I've heard that for a long time.
Lane. She has her own lane, and I give her that. She's not trying to shoot for Aretha status. She's not trying to shoot for Whitney. She has like her own little lane, and she doesn't try to remember hits. Like stay in your house, stay home. That's what she does, and I respect her for that.
He doesn't try to overdo it.
Now, you said all that, Kasai, but you didn't say how you felt about it. You just said, I respect what she's trying to do. But now we want to know, how do you feel about... Okay, you respect what she's doing. We got that. We got that. Now, how do you feel about her voice?
I think her voice is okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I resent that.
Our first battle of the evening. Come on, Blondie. Brandy. What you got? What you got, baby? What you got?
Oh, I think her voice is amazing. I think her keyboard playing is amazing.
Yes.
She needs to sit down nowhere. Okay, she needs to keep going. I
Well,
will.
she does need to take a seat when she's at the piano, but outside of the piano, she can stand back up, right?
Okay.
Jeez,
And keep
Jazz.
going with the natural look. She doesn't wear makeup anymore. She keeps her
Well,
natural
I
look.
like that because I don't like makeup anyway. So, hey, I praise her for that because make that yeah, I don't like makeup anyway.
Yeah,
But
And
but
so
all
but
that
back to
stuff,
the musical stuff.
stuff caked on her face. All
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
that's so unattractive. And that is, but anyway,
Yo, with me,
but
it's like, yo, leave the painting to me. You go
yeah,
out the way you are.
that's right. He is an artist, y'all. He had to throw that in there. Anybody out there looking at that, y'all need some art. Y'all see those pictures behind him? You know, that's him. That's his artwork, y'all. But we're not trying to talk about her her looks or anything. We
No,
talk about the
not at
music.
all.
But I do appreciate the no makeup. Like yeah, just put your
Yeah,
lotion on, whatever, moisturizer. Little lip gloss. All right, you should be straight. But
with your
anyway, I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to get into that, because
Thank you.
women will tear me apart about that.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
ain't even. I'm like, you know what? Y'all do what y'all want to do. It's all
hmm
good. I,
Okay,
I
yeah.
I don't have a woman in my life, and I probably won't have another one anyway. So y'all do what y'all want to do, because brother man probably be alone for the rest of his
See the
life. So it's all good
lady in
anyway.
my
But anyway,
life.
but okay. So Brandy, you're thinking that she's like just totally amazing.
of course,
Okay. Okay.
of course. Other than me looking up to you, I look up to her
She's
too. Like
phenomenal.
she's amazing.
Mm. Okay.
So,
Phenomenal.
like I said, she need to come out with some more music.
Okay.
She just dropped an album not that long ago.
I know it,
No,
and I
Did
caught
she?
that. Okay,
Oh.
you
I
just,
I
caught
was
that.
getting ready to say, yeah, she loves her so much she didn't even know she released a new album.
Oh yeah,
I was getting ready to get her. Yeah, oh
I,
yeah. She love
I,
her. She's so amazing. She's so great. She didn't even know she released a new album.
I keep up.
I
I keep
like I
up.
like I love her first album when
yeah, but
she came out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have all of her albums.
Oh,
From
okay.
Girls a Monster.
yeah. She
Uh,
sent me some other Princess stuff.
Yeah. I
Okay.
only
Yeah.
got three of her albums.
I only had the first one, the A minor joint. That's
Yeah,
the only one
songs
I
in
ever
A
had.
minor.
But yeah, that's
I,
the only one I ever had. I even had to. I used to have the sheet music book for that too. But I had a lot of my
Oh,
sheet music
a
stolen out my
woman's
truck back
worth.
in 2016 or 2017. I
that
had a bag
sucks.
full of. I mean, I'm talking about some
A
good
bag
sheet
of
music,
music.
man. I think
And
her
they
book was in that bag.
and
So
they stole
I
it.
lost that. I lost my Babyface book the day his
Uh
album the
oh.
day. I
Oh.
lost my Fred Hammond books. I had some Fred
Mm.
Hammond sheet music books. I had some Kurt Franklin sheet music. Well,
It
I'm starting
was
to get
really.
mad, man.
Hey man,
Years of collecting all those sheet music gone, man. But
Oh man.
anyway, we're not here to talk about what happened to poor old House of Jazz because he left a bag in his truck in Baltimore City. Dummy.
Oh.
Big dummy. Uh, you already knew not to do that, but you thought you thought you had a minute. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you had a minute, all right. And so did them. They had a minute too.
Oh
I
man.
only need a minute. And they like, yeah, that's all we need to.
we thought
Window busted out,
kids.
glass everywhere, and bag gone.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
But
Hmm.
so Mitch, so what are your okay? You said you have three of her records or whatever. Like,
Yeah, three
how
of
do you
her.
feel about her as a singer artist? Like, how do you actually feel about her talent?
She's phenomenal.
You and Brandy. No wonder why y'all side by side. Okay.
Oh jeez. No, she had a beautiful voice and excellent piano playing. I love
Okay.
it.
Cool. Cool.
It's like as if she was like classically trained.
Yeah, I think she definitely has some classical training. It's no way that you hear it in the way she plays.
Yeah.
That there's definitely some classical training. It's like if when you listen to people, sometimes you can just hear what's the word I'm looking for? You can hear roots.
Hmm.
You
hmm
know, like okay, if somebody have classical roots, you usually can hear it. Even if it's a singer or something, you listen to them sing, and you can almost be like, they sound like they have some classical singing roots.
Hmm.
Usually, you can kind of hear it. It might be just a little, little elements here and there, and then you also can tell when somebody's root is in church. When you hear someone singing, and you'd be
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, that person, yeah, they grew up singing in some type of Baptist church or you just hear it. It's just a
Right.
vibe. So yeah, with her, like when I hear her, I definitely hear classical, some type
Mhm.
of classical in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So okay.
Um,
Mhm.
So
Yeah, she went to LaGuardia. This is there's a
oh
performing
yeah, that's a
arts high
music school.
school
Yeah, yeah,
in Manhattan,
yeah.
nearby where I used to live, and it's turned out many a great.
Right. Yeah.
Between dancers,
It's like Fame. It's basically Fame.
exactly.
Like if y'all remember the TV show Fame, but it's the it's New York. It's the School of the Arts basically.
yeah. That's a specialized high school that you have, and the student that goes there, they have to be interviewed
Yes, they have to
Yeah.
audition.
when you get in.
Yeah, you have
They
to
have to
audition. Yep.
audition and everything and interview before they actually become a student there.
Hmm. I mean, we
Yeah.
have a School of the Arts here in Baltimore too. So I think a lot of places have like School of the Arts type schools or whatever. And it's the
Right.
same thing. Yeah, you got to audition to get in there.
Yeah.
The one here in Baltimore, we produced Tupac and Jada Pinkett, just to name off. I think it's an actress out there named Brisha Webb. She's kind of a
Mhm.
newer one. She's like in her probably early 30s now, but I know she came out of there, and
Mhm.
some other people out there doing some stuff. So, but the biggest names I can think of is Tupac went to the Baltimore School of the Art. Well, him and Jada went there at the same time. That's how come they knew each other.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think because they both was there at the same time. So and that's a
Mhm.
school where you have to audition to
Yeah.
get in. So, yep. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
so that's like fame. I wanna live for. And then Boys the Men went to the Philadelphia School of Performing Arts, right? They
Yep.
all were members there, you know.
Will Smith?
I don't know if Will Smith went to Performing Arts. Did he go there?
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Will Smith went. I think I know Questlove. I think went there too.
Mhm.
The Roots, the drummer for the Roots,
Yeah.
Quest. I think he
Mhm.
went to
From
this
Philly.
Philly, the same school Boys and Men went to. I think
Mhm.
they went to the same school, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So Jewel, did you say your thoughts on Alicia yet?
No.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's hear it, sweetie. What you got?
Um, at least it used to be one of my faves back in like middle school and
That
elementary
makes sense.
school.
Okay.
But I'm just like cool on her. Like I don't know. Ever since she switched the dreads for like earrings and stuff, I'm like, girl, bye.
Her changing her look just
No,
messed up the music
it
for
was a
you.
different era. Like I don't know. Like I think the last album that I actually liked from her was the one with the purple cover. I forgot what it's called.
I wouldn't know.
Um, Dream with the Purple. Is that the name of the album? Let me see.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
know.
gotta look at mine.
You never see me again.
Yeah, that one. The Element of Freedom. After that, I was just like,
Yes.
I don't want to hear anything else from you, really.
So
And
so
that
you,
was
you
in 2009. So
so
like,
would you
that's like now.
almost even though she's still rather young because I'm assuming she has to be around my age in her 40s. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
she's in her early 40s.
early
Yeah.
40s. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so would you say she needs to retire,
No,
Jewel?
it's just not my
No.
taste.
Okay,
That's cool. I mean, whatever.
okay.
You can do what you want. I mean, people like her in pop culture, whatever. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
artists, they don't stay in the same lane, and you just have to like, I don't know, you can reject it or accept it, and just like whatever. Alicia's, I don't know.
Right.
To be fair though, I don't really know people who really like her music like that either. Though, people are just like, oh, she's here and she's a legend, so we're just gonna let her do what she wants. You know?
Right.
I don't
Mm.
know.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys. So Alicia Keys, no one is necessarily saying take a seat. They're just saying they don't necessarily like your music as much. Well, some people are saying they still. It's mixed. We'll just say that mixed opinion. Me, Alicia. Um, I've always wondered when I would hear people say she can't sing and and stuff like that. I always was like, I'm not the biggest Alicia Keys fan, but I do like some of her music. And what you mean she can't sing? Now, can her voice sometimes be annoying at times? Yeah, sometimes. If you're singing a certain way, it can get annoying sometimes.
Yeah,
Because I say that about I have that I say that about what's her name, Fantasia, and trust and believe that girl can sing. But sometimes it's like sometimes it gets so nasally that I'm like, oh goodness, I'm like, okay,
Nasally.
your voice is starting to annoy me a little bit, Fanny Faye. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh
but
man.
yeah, but yeah, I never would say that she can't sing though or whatever. And piano playing wise and stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, the girl is bad. You know what I'm saying? And she's written a lot of great songs. So I mean, so even as a songwriter, um, yeah, I think she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. So I never understood that when people be like, "Yeah, she can't sing." Blah, blah. I'm like, I'm sitting there like she can't. Oh, well, I'm like, maybe I can't sing either because I always thought she could sing. But maybe I'm the one with the bad ear. I don't know. But anyway, anybody else have any thoughts on Alicia Keys?
No.
Okay, all right, y'all. We want to take a musical break, and we're going to check out a track. Now, this track that I'm about to play is um I'm going to save that one for a little bit later. We're going to actually go into Mitch folder. He turned in. I like this one because of the way it starts. So we're going to play. Now, who is this by again? This is Missing You. Who's the original artist, Mitch?
George Duke.
Okay, George Duke. Okay, so this is Mitch's recreation of this. And I just love his introduction on this. So let's check out Mitch's recreation of George Duke's Missing You.
Well, here I am again, sitting in front of this computer screen at 3 in the morning paying some bills. And you come across my mind real heavy. I want to reach out to you, say something funny. Just say hello. I'd really like to call you, but it's late, so I think I'll send you an email you can pick up in the morning. And I know I haven't seen you in a long time, but that doesn't mean my feelings aren't strong. Sometimes it seems we just go along from day to day, not saying the things we should say. But right here, right now, me today, I want you to know that, girl, I've been missing you. In many ways, the small things in life passes by. The ones we love who needs a hug, the kids we bear who needs concern. It's all about giving and sharing and letting them know how much we care and how much we're aware of who they are, and that they're special and so good. I've been missing things we do. We are one. You are my everything. Spreading my wings with the words unspoken. Tomorrow certainly isn't promised, and no one knows what the future will bring. So let's let our love flow like a river, run free, and let it fly like a bird in the sky above the mountaintops on high. And like a lion, let's let it roar, and like an eagle, let's let it soar. We are
you're just tuning in, you were listening to a recreation of "Missing You," recreated by the "How Does It Feel" man over there, uh, George Duke originally, but recreated by Mr. How Do You Feel, Mitch Soul. So real smooth, Sir Mitch. Real
Hey,
smooth, real smooth. All right,
yes.
if you're just tuning in, also, hold on, I had to turn my headphones back up. I'm like, man, I can barely hear myself. Okay, if you're just tuning in, welcome. First of all, we are in here running our mouths talking about musicians who probably need to retire. It's just about that time. It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing I haven't heard, what are y'all thoughts? Now this is just an overall thing. I'm not even talking about a specific one, but what do y'all think about rappers? Does the rules change when it comes to being a rapper? Like, is it cool for a rapper to get on stage that may have was hot back in 82, 83? Does it seem strange to see them in 2022 performing if they are? Like, what are your thoughts? Do rappers need to retire much earlier than singers and musicians, like instrumentalists, I should say, because we're all musicians. So should they retire sooner than instrumentalists and vocalists? What your thoughts on that?
Um,
Oh, go ahead, brother.
well, um, not really, because they're gonna continue doing. I mean, do what they do and honing their craft. They're never gonna retire. I know one in particular will never retire, and that's Rakim. I know he'll never retire
It'd
because
be funny if tomorrow it'd be all over the news. Rakim has announced his retirement.
yeah,
It's fine.
nah, he never will. I don't think he will, but he's the one who's still running the game when it comes to hip hop and stuff.
What?
Who's that? What?
The young lady on the panel, and I do mean the young one. You have to
Yeah,
understand. Here's the thing about it, Mitch. Like for us, like even you know what I'm saying. Like when I look at Rakim, I'm like, yo, that is royalty right there. But that's
yeah,
because we was we remember him in his heyday. But somebody like Jewel, like, wait a minute, him? She might not fit.
yeah.
We have nostalgia. Maybe
I
that's what
mean,
it is.
Rakim is cool, but you can't say he's running the game because he ain't put out. The last time I heard him on the track was with that Truth Hurts joint, which was in the
Oh,
2000s. Like he ain't
oh,
running it. He can still sit on his throne, but he ain't running nothing. It's like the queen. She ain't running nothing, but she's still there. you know.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, I think there's one that needs to retire, and that's I never really cared for him. Jay-Z,
But you know what? He keeps retiring, but then he comes back.
right?
Because remember, he was supposed to retire.
He retires as many times as Jordan did.
Right, exactly. Well, Jay Z, like, look, man, I got $1 billion, man. I
You
can
got
do
a
whatever
billion
the
dollars,
F I
man.
want.
Yeah. You
And
gotta
my
think
No,
wife
about
is Beyonce. And what?
Jay is not that
you
old.
know what I'm saying?
I think
Jay's not that old.
Jay Z should be older than
He
that. He
should be like
probably is. He
50
like in his
right now.
50s? Is he
He's
in his
50, but
50s
he's
yet?
got a youthful
Yeah, he's
spirit.
52.
Okay. You said what, Jewel?
He's 50, but he got a youthful spirit.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
52. His wife is 40 something or 40.
She was born in '79, so
No,
her
81.
birthday is, I know it's September 4th because my ex-wife is in. So
Yeah,
this
80.
year she'll be
She
43. She'll
she was
be
born in 80.
43
She
this
was
year.
born in 81.
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard
81.
he
Okay,
was
never
81.
mind. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, so
Okay,
she'll
I
be
was thinking of
41.
Brandy. Brandy was born in '79. But okay,
Yes.
Or
so she's
Brandy
even younger
Norwood.
than. She's like,
Yeah,
oh,
man.
Beyonce, a baby.
Yeah, she's
She can
40.
take the
Almost 41.
baby.
Not to be controversial, but I say Beyonce needs to. I don't want to say she needs to retire, but she needs to retire whatever she's doing. Like I don't want to hear no sing rapping. Please, B, you've got a beautiful voice. I want to hear some.
Amen.
I want to hear some singing, some flat-footed singing from you. No more rap singing, please, please.
That's interesting. Let's talk about
Oh,
that. Now, I don't know what you're talking about because I know nothing about what she's put out recently. Talk to me a little bit of when you say rap singing. Like, give me an example. Can you give me a bar or something? Because I honestly don't know.
Like,
Like,
okay, let me find her discography. I know, like, her last couple of albums have been like pop, but like rap. You know, like
oh.
it's just a lot of rap. Like, she's not really singing; she's talk singing.
Oh, that. Okay.
So like, and I'm like, that's cool. I get it. You're Beyonce. You can do what you want, kind of in the industry, but like, it's just like a waste of talent. Like, sis, you can really sing. We've heard you.
Stick
Ever
with what
since
you
I heard
know.
her sing in Cadillac Records, I was like, dude. I mean, I knew she could sing before that because her debut was fire. But like, you can like really, really, really sing. And I know that the cute little pop rap singing, whatever it sells through TikTok and all that stuff. That's cool. But like,
To the
I
left,
want to
to the
say it's
left.
kind of low key tarnishing her legacy a little bit because it's like, all right, can you do something else though? Like he put out an album, like a solid album, not just little throwaway hits, little throwaway singles. Like, no, we want to hear a nice record from Beyonce.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. The one thing I would say about Beyonce, and you just said it too, and I agree 100%. She can sing. And that was one of the things that jumped out. Like when Destiny's Child first came out, that was one of the things that I was just like, oh wow, this little light skinned girl, yeah, like she could sing. Like okay, now now a lot of people would say, oh she's the prettiest, and y'all already know. I thought
Yeah,
Latavia was the sexiest one.
Kelly.
Per, now, hey Kelly's probably number two in the group. If we want to talk about sexy, but for me, Latavia Robertson, if you out there, sweetie, you got one fan out there that's going to say she was the sexiest. But anyway, yeah, like I was always impressed with Beyonce singing, and she was like what 15, 16, I guess when they first came out. So
Hmm.
singing, yeah, but music. Once she became a solo artist, I just
Hmm.
never followed. I guess I don't know, something with the music changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Slowly, because I know that first solo album had some. I know she did something. Me, myself, and I done something. That song
Me,
was. I think that
myself,
was her
and
first solo album.
I.
And so it was. I think she did something with Usher too. I think a song that had Usher on it or something. But it was cool. And then it's like the more. Then all of a sudden, that's when you got to the uh oh. Is that what you're talking about with rap singing, Drew?
No, that was a long. See, I even like those. I'm talking about like past couple of albums, literally rap singing. Like, um,
On those that the album that had Lemonade on it.
that one, that was the genesis of it. Honestly, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I
Oh
liked it because
Is
it
man.
that a
was like
song that
a
was talking?
multi-genre album. There was a little bit of rock, a little bit of pop, some
What
like
is that?
spoken
Was
word,
that a
some
song with
country.
Jay Z talking
That
about
was
ape crap?
cool.
Hold on, Mitch. Hold on, Mitch. Hold
I'm
on.
But
sorry.
like her last, okay, be let me see. Okay, Beyonce, her self-titled album, it had a little bit of rap singing. And I was like, okay, cool. It's just a few sprinkled in, whatever. But like the one with Jay, she's not really. She sang on a couple records, but like it's mostly like
Isn't that called Crazy in Love or something?
no.
Yeah.
I mean, the song. That's a song. That's like old song.
You
I'm talking
said the
about her
song with
album with
Jay.
Jay. She has an album with her husband.
Oh, she has a whole album with him.
Yeah,
I,
it's yeah.
this is the first I heard. I did not know they
So
had a whole album.
it's like having two rappers on. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's
Oh man.
whatever. I just expect more from Beyonce because like she's about to step into like a different era. Like, okay, you're like
Fresh
the
Sounds, Florida say, are you talking about the Carter's album? Is
yeah
that what you're
that
saying?
one.
Okay.
And it's cool. Like, there's a few joints. Like, I really love that song,
I
"Summertime."
had
It's
no
dope.
idea they had an
But
album.
like, Beyonce, you are like what these girls are looking up to. Not saying do it for them, but just saying like you're the one right now. So like, live up to it. Like really saying put these people like her music is just not really doing it for people these days. People like Beyonce because she's Beyonce, not really because of the music she's putting out right now,
Okay.
which is an interesting place to be in.
Okay. All right. I wish I could talk more about what she's doing currently, but this is my first time hearing that they put out their own album. So that's how much I keep up with her. But okay. Anybody else? Oh no, Kasai, you was okay. Hold up, Kasai, you was getting ready to say something about rappers.
You know,
So hold right.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. Before you say that, did anybody else want to say anything about their thoughts on Beyonce before we go back to just rappers? Okay. All right. Beyonce, go back to singing. You have so much money. You do not have to worry about whether the album goes diamond or anything. 10 million copies sold or whatever. You don't even have to worry about that. And I
Right.
kind of agree with that because I really am a fan of her singing. Like when I like that's the reason why I like Destiny's Child so much. I've said it before. I'm a Destiny's Child fan. I'm just not a Beyonce fan. But obviously, being a Destiny's Child fan, obviously I must like her singing because she was, singing most of the song. I'm just saying. So yeah, go back to singing. It'd be
Yeah.
nice if Destiny's Child can come back together and y'all put some songs together that's appropriate for where y'all are now, age wise. You know what I'm saying? But be nice. I mean, money. You don't have to worry about money. Y'all
Yeah.
got probably stocks everywhere and businesses everywhere and stuff that we don't even know about. Y'all are like the definition of being filthy rich. Okay, so
Mhm.
just put some real music out there.
It's like B. You said you were singer. Why don't you sang something?
From the
But
five heartbeats, yeah, exactly. Okay, all right, Kasana, what was your thought that you wanted to share concerning rappers and needing to retire?
Well, it's interesting how hip hop is the one genre that you can age out of.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You look at majority of other forms of music, and it's revered to not only uh, uh, go back in time to an older style and bring it back,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also okay to cover a song. You can't do that in hip hop. So it's very marginalized as a genre. Um,
It's true.
um,
Very
it,
few. You're
it's
right, because very few hip hop songs have been covered. Like Snoop Dogg got away with "Lottie Dottie." I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's not a lot of hip hop songs that get redone. But go ahead, continue your thought, man.
you know the um, it's been pegged as a young person's game, a
Mm-hmm.
young person's a vein of music, um, which I think kind of stunts its growth, at least in my opinion. You know, I don't know if it's due to the fact that it lacks the depth of melody that other genres have. Not to say that hip hop does not have a melody, because it does have melodic qualities, but it doesn't have the depth that jazz would have, as European classical music has, as jazz has. Um, and then stemmed on by its roots, how it's based upon originality. It's harder to kind of weave outside of that. Um, I I do. I was when I was going to bring up a similar point that Mitch brought up. How you have the greats like Rakim, you have the greats like LL, and they have their demographics, but those demographics have grown up with him, so they're around the same age as he is. You're not gonna find people Jules' age and younger listening to Rakim. It's like, what, the new Rakim just dropped? Oh,
Yeah,
you're not.
they're gonna be like
It's
Raku.
not as likely.
They're gonna be Rahu.
But if you go to their concerts, you better believe they're packed though.
Hmm.
You better believe they're packed
That's
because
how they can make
they
their
do
money.
have it exactly.
Right. That's how they make their money doing the shows.
So to say that that they should retire, no, because they have their own niche. They have their marketed audience. Some people might disagree with it. And that's cool, but that's because they're not really vibing with them like that. But to those who do still appreciate, like you go to um, people who listen to uh, um, the Insane Clown Posse, who I am not a fan of, but they are big Wu Tang fans, and more in particular, they love ODB. And this is like uh, a very alternative group as far as hip hop is concerned. Again, not my taste, but it just goes to show that that they have a reach. They have some sort of uh, um, um, pull when it comes to their audience. Um, if they're now, it depends on if a hip hop artist has had ghostwriters, then they might not have that same fervor, the same that same writing quality that give them that longevity. And then if they do put themselves out there, it's just gonna come off as whack.
That's interesting because only in hip hop is are people looked down for having. It don't even have to be a ghostwriter. It could just you could publicly say, "Oh yeah, my rap was written by somebody else," and people would be like, "What? You don't write your own rap?"
Yep.
But in other with pretty much any other genre of music, it's 100% okay. Like
Yeah.
Motown artists had. They had the Funk Brothers. Well, that was the band, but they had people like Smokey and what's his name? The one that did Pop was a Rolling Stone.
Norman
Thank you.
Whitfield.
Yeah, Whitfield. They have writers like that. Philadelphia International Records. They had their team of writers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's total. It's like you were
Yeah, but
not looked. As a matter of fact, people will be like, "Oh snap, you lucky." If be like, "Hold on, wait a minute, Babyface wrote that." You was able to get Babyface to write a song for you?
Hmm.
Oh snap! Yo. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. It's like, yo, you the man. But in hip hop, be like, hey, yo, I was just Tupac wrote that for you. Tupac, what? You can't write your own raps? It's like a total. It's a total different world, man. That's
Yep.
crazy.
I mean,
Like,
it's supposed to be like that though, because think about it. When you sing, what are you selling? Your voice. I mean, it's like, okay, can you sing? Can you actually physically sing? That's all you care about, really, right? But with
mhm.
rap, it's like, okay, yes, you have to be able to have good flow, but also, what are you celebrating when you rap? You're celebrating your intellect, your rhyme schemes. Can you put together a clever rhyme? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Like, the whole, I mean, you're signifying when you're rapping low key, like you're selling yourself and your intellect and how you posture yourself a certain way. And if you take that away, then it's like, it's boring. It's kind of like, what's the point, you know?
I don't know if
But
I.
that's the whole point of hip hop, and
Yeah,
that's what makes it different for what you
right.
just said.
Yeah, because
And
that's the
and,
whole
and
point. Like,
right
I'm so
and
dope, and I'm gonna tell you
right.
why. Because I'm gonna be clever when I do it. I'm gonna have great flow, and that's the whole. It's a different art form, and
Well, I mean, think about how the music is made. I mean, right now we got sampling and everything that you see right now because of the invention of hip hop. How someone could
Mhm.
take two turntables and make the music go at a certain point, bring it back, and be able to mix it in a way where it sounds like one complete song. No one had never done that until the late 70s. I mean, you had someone that would put on a record, play the song, and then they may switch to another song. But somebody came up with an idea where they can be able to scratch, mix,
Connect
and
two
still keep the
turntables
tempo of the
together.
song all at the same time. And then when you come up with an MC who, like Jules said, if he just get up in there and like it was just talking like a host talks, but someone figured out, hey, if I can keep up with the rhythm and if I have the right voice to speak the words that I want to speak, we got something here.
All that is
Yeah.
great, but I guess I just never thought that I and okay, I grew up when rap was starting up. I used to
Right.
listen to
Right.
rap.
That's right.
I never thought that if somebody else wrote the rap that was so uncool. I did, I still don't I still don't see what's the problem if like
Well, here's what the
I
problem.
get
I'm gonna
the
tell you.
difference.
Oh, go
It's
ahead.
always a different. I get it. Even with singers and it's like it's definitely, you always get a different vibe when the person creates the music themselves. Let's just talk about music in general. It's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I mean, yeah, you can get Babyface or Jam and Lewis to write a song, and it could be great, but it's always something different when an artist can write their own song. And this is not just rap, but singing, everything. I get it. It is something special. It really is. But going back to rap, it's just like, it's almost like you should not rap if you can't write your own rhyme.
Yeah.
I never felt that that should be the
I,
case. But there are people who like, yo, they like, yo, you shouldn't, yo, if you can't write it, it's like, and I'm like, is there a difference if you write your own rap? Obviously, yes, it's a difference. But I'm like, but if a song is good, then
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
um,
mean,
I hear what you're
stems
saying,
from,
but let me
hold on,
go,
hold
go,
on a
go ahead.
second.
Cause I could go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
cause
go
I
ahead,
go ahead,
Kasai.
cause
Go
I.
ahead, Kasai.
I think it stems from the roots that it comes from. I think
yeah.
it's due to the fact that it stemmed from basically spoken word poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Where it
Right.
come from a genesis, a point of origin from within yourself that helps you relate, helps your audience relate to you. Like to write about something that you don't know anything about. It makes you appear as ignorant. And in the hip hop world, it makes you fake.
Right,
Um,
right,
with
true.
you look at Gil Scott Heron, and
Mm-hmm.
there was never a point where anybody that says listening to his work that said he didn't live through that. No, it came. You can tell that it came from him. And again, um, uh, 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 the fact that uh, uh, its roots and how it attaches itself, and it helped kind of bind that air of authenticity. When we
Mm-hmm.
were growing up, and you copied somebody else's rhymes or style, or whatever, we called it biting. I don't know what you guys called it from where
Yes.
you are. We called
Oh
it
yeah, it
biting.
definitely was biting. Absolutely.
You know,
Like, hey yo, wait, yo,
Right.
you biting, yo.
Yeah. I mean, you
Man,
got
that
to.
used to be the
Yeah.
thing back in the day, man. It's like, yo, stop biting my style, man.
But let
Yeah.
me and let me and let me let me say this as well for what he was saying. Okay, let me tell you the difference between music and then hip hop. Like with music, how many singers have you ever just came on the street and be like, "Yo, man, sing me a verse right now"? You know what I'm saying? Like just come off the top of your head and just
I hate
sing
it
me a
when
whole
people do
verse.
that to me, but yeah, go
But see
ahead.
that's the difference between hip hop and why they're so protective of their art compared to singers. Because with a hip hop, if you going out on the mic saying I'm the dopest MC and I'm the this and I'm the that, you gonna have somebody on the street gonna come up to you and like, oh, so you the illest, right?
So you think the illest?
Spit right and spit for me right now. Tell me what you got to say. And if
Pause.
you're that
Well,
articulate,
that's battle rapping, but
yeah.
okay.
no, but
Yeah,
what I'm
battle
saying
rap.
is
I
battle
see what
rapping is
you're saying.
formed into what I'm saying today. That's the difference between a singer who takes his time, his or her time. They really think about what they want to say. They put
Hmm.
it down on track. They do all this, and then they put the song out for the world to hear. For rappers, is their mindset is different. It's like when if they feel like they're the best MCs,
Yeah.
they'll test you at any time, at any place. So if you got a ghostwriter, like you was talking about, and they're writing your stuff, that's fine and all dandy.
Mm.
But if you out there saying, "Yeah, I'm spitting all these rhymes and I'm the dopest MC and I'm this and I'm that," and then and everybody loving your flow, then there's gonna be another rapper coming out there and say, "Oh, okay, you are," and they're gonna put you on the spot. Now, most rappers feel like the real hip hop artists don't need no ghost artists, nothing. If they come at you right then and right there, you should be able to come off the top of your dome. That's what separates just regular rappers and who they consider a legend, dope MC. Get what I'm saying?
I understand that. And
Yeah,
when it comes to battle rapper and stuff like that, I will 100% say, okay, yeah, you don't need to have no ghostwriters if that's what you're doing. If you're battling somebody or whatever, and like Kasai reminded us, don't be biting. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Now,
right,
so
exactly.
in that type of situation, in that type of scenario, absolutely, you should not all of a sudden be busting out some rhyme somebody wrote for you.
But
So,
what I,
but for that,
yeah,
but Yeah,
yeah.
so
You're right.
so
You're right.
with
Yeah.
rap, yeah, I will say that. But I'm just saying, just in general, putting out music, you putting the album out, you got some songs, and it's just like, yo, somebody gives you this, you get the track, somebody makes a beat for you, and then all of a sudden somebody starts writing and be like, yo, try this, and you start, and you like, yo, this is tight. I don't see what the problem
I mean,
is.
okay, okay.
I don't see what the
Think
problem
about it
is.
like this. Before music was big business, let's say we're not looking at image, we're not looking at all that stuff, we're just looking at pure talent, singing the song or rapping the song, right? If you hand if you hand sheet music with lyrics on it to a singer and they just sit there flat footed and sing the song, that's one thing. But if
Mm,
you hand somebody some lyrics to a song, a rap song, and they sit there and rap it, it's significant. I mean, it just takes more talent to sing than it does to rap. It's just flow. I mean, yeah, not everybody has flow, but like it's just different, right? Like
Right.
it's just a
You're
different
right.
art form.
You have
Plus,
to
You're right.
be able to bring a song to life,
yeah, that's
and
Right.
that's
true.
what artists
Agree.
does. So even
Absolutely
if a
agree.
rapper is taking
Right.
somebody else's lyrics, if
Right.
they're able to bring it to life, what's wrong? Now, the only thing that I would say is wrong is if they take credit for writing it and they
Yeah.
didn't. That's
yeah.
wrong. Okay,
But okay,
yo,
but
now
think about
Right.
it. Consider
Right.
that's
rap
wrong.
though.
Exactly. Right.
That's
Consider
wrong.
Exactly.
rap. You are signifying most rap. You're doing some kind of signifying somewhere. So you are implicitly taking credit for saying I'm this, I'm that. You know what I
Right.
mean? You might
Right.
not say I wrote the song, but you are implicitly taking credit for the words that are being
And
spoken.
getting paid for it. Right. That's definitely wrong. Right.
And you have to consider first time floating consider right, you have to consider like where it came from. Like look, hip hop rap is not just an art form. Like it was born inside of a culture in which putting on and being fake behind closed doors, that's not you can't do that.
Well,
Right?
yeah, I mean
Like
that's the hip hop culture, right? That's
yeah, so
Right.
like
rap is a part of the hip hop culture.
right. So
And
like
let me
So
say this as well.
Yes.
A lot of that stuff too, when people are dissing people about ghostwriting and stuff, and this is another part of the culture that they do. A lot of hip hop artists use a lot of that stuff to try to get in the game. Like they'll try to call out another rapper if they know another rapper is on top. Like okay, I'm just taking this for example. Y'all
She,
remember a rapper named Busy B? I think Busy B.
I've heard
yeah.
that name before, but I don't know
Okay,
nothing
now
about it.
Busy
I just
Busy
I
B
don't know
was
nothing about it.
known as one of the most top rappers out there back.
Oh
And
yes.
then right, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Yo.
And he went up in there, he went up to this contest, he said, I'm coming out here, I'm knocking out all bums. And he was just talking all that mess. But what he
Mm.
didn't know was there was an up and coming rapper called Kumo D. Kumo
Oh,
D,
Not
Kumo
Kumo
D.
B. Now, not the one that used to live downtown 129th Street. That
That's
one.
the one and
I used
only.
to live downtown.
Right,
that
look,
that
that the
Kumo
one and
D.
only.
yeah.
And
How you
Kumo
like me
D was
now?
like,
129th
man, I
Street.
wasn't gonna get in the contest. And he was smart. He said, yo, let Busy B go first. So he was trying to get into to the hip hop scene at that time, and he saw his opening. So Busy
Right.
B went out there and did his verse, dropped the mic like he was doing something, and then Kumo D came right behind it. He said, hey, Busy B, I don't mean to be bold, but you can put the dot. Shit. I'm in big and he ripped Busy B. And
Yeah.
because he did that, that put him on the map. Now, a lot of hip hop, because 50 Cent was known for that. When 50 first came out, he was dissing this person, dissing that person. Just like when Jay-Z got on Nas was just it back in the early and mid 90s.
Nas.
Yeah, when Nas came out with his what was his first album?
What Illmatic?
Illmatic, thank you. And
Illmatic.
at this time, I mean, Jay was out too because he was under Big Daddy Kane, but he wasn't really out until the late 90s. But at this time, Nas was getting mad love and mad respect in the artist, and so Jay saw his opportunity. And when Jay was ready for him, he came after Nas, and boom, now you got two legends in the game. So that's another part of hip hop where yeah, because that could be sometimes because a lot of artists will do that. Man, you don't write your rhymes, or all you do is write your rhyme down. And we all thinking, man, that's stupid. Why can't a man write his rhyme down? Because in that culture, I guess there's certain standards that they're looking at. They're saying, okay, let me say this, this, and this, because I'm trying to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say it's just like if singers were too, and I'm saying, Mitch, what you singing that for? You know, I mean, man, come on, you ain't play that piano. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm an up and coming artist, trying to dish you, and then if I know that you got a huge following, then I'm gonna do whatever I can to get a little bit of that attention on me, so that I can show my flow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what the culture is like with hip hop between compared to just singers, in my opinion.
If
Well, I'm sorry, Joel. Go ahead.
you go ahead, you go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'll be brief. It goes, right back into what we were saying earlier. You're as a rapper, you're telling a story, and
Right,
if you're telling a story that really didn't happen in your life, you're deemed as you lose your credit.
You fronting.
You're not genuine.
right,
That's one of the main sources of why it's frowned upon as a hip hop artist that's not writing your own rhymes. In fact, one of the only people who where it's worldwide knowledge that he doesn't write his own rhymes yet has platinum albums is Puffy.
Don't care if I write rounds, write checks. Like,
right.
no, but you know what? That's a good segue to what I want to talk about. Like, consider the value exchange. Back in the 90s, in the 80s and the 90s, when you were a great rapper, what did you get? You got mostly street cred. That's where your respect came
That's
from,
right.
right?
That's right,
And then
Joe.
whatever money you made was secondary. Of course, the money was important, but like your credit, what you cared about the most was maintaining that street cred with your people, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
That's
then
right.
now in the 2000s and 2010s, street cred is secondary and money's first. Like people
Right.
respect
Yep.
Drake not because he writes his own rhymes. We know he doesn't all the time. We know he has ghostwriters, right? We know Kanye has ghostwriters, right? People
Right.
respect them for yes, the art form, but mostly because look, they have money and power right now. That's what they care about. That's their value exchange at this moment. And then if they happen to write their own rhymes, that's a bonus.
Well, you know what? And you can have another debate because right now I was just listening to KRS-One and one of his interviews, and even though some of the old time rappers are having a little problem with what's called hip hop of today.
Hmm.
And I can understand why it's more money first than the culture because it's a different mindset of the kids today. And I'm not mad with them on that because you know what I'm saying. You got to live, you got to make your money. I'll never be mad with that. Whatever, whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't think that some of the legendaries considered what they call hip hop today. But that's an opinion here and there. I try to get a kid because I'm not gonna say all the kids of the day don't have skills. I mean, there's some kids that I've listened to that got some skills, and it took me a while to kind of. My thing is this: I don't have no problems with the music and what do they call it? Hip hop today.
Trap.
Mumble
Trap. Yeah, that trap.
trap.
I,
Mumble
Yeah.
I,
rap.
I'm not. I'm not.
Mumble
I'm
rap.
not. I'm not mad with that because if you
I
got
ain't
some
down with it.
words to really say about it, I'll
Enunciate,
listen. And
please.
that's my thing. And some of them can really put some words down. And if you got something to say, I'll always listen because as a musician, yeah. But when I be hearing some of these boys like a little this and a little that, and they just putting words out to be putting words, chili, dogs, door, green,
Peanut butter.
right,
Butter.
Cool. A
what the hell is that?
ham burger.
Right. Peanut
Like
butter,
really?
jelly.
You're literally
Salad,
making money off
dressing,
this? Really?
tomato,
Right.
You,
You know what?
lettuce.
you're making money off this. Wow.
It's so funny y'all say that because a lot of people who value like the art form more are jaded low key because they see these people with low talent making all this money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people who are serious about the art form and serious about the culture, they're like, you know what, this doesn't really profit me like I thought. Like, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
might have a loyal fan base, but I'm not making as much
Right.
money as I should. Not saying I should make that much, but like, yo, what gives? Like, I'll just quote. Y'all know who Fonte is?
Mm-mm.
Yes, from
From the
Big
brother,
Little
little
Brother.
yeah,
Yes.
he's from North Carolina. He's a rapper, right? And here's a few lines from this song called Tigolo Fodelo off their Left Back album. Uh, um, it's the same old ticket that slowed your whole movement, and y'all do is just all show and no proving. And honestly, I like what the young boys is doing, but by dudes like Tay, they close with no Cuban. Like I was the one chosen, one for flowing. I'm done. The rap game's no country for old men. I'll always spit whenever the spirit hits me, but F if I'm gonna be doing this ish when I'm 60. And that's no disrespect to KRS. I'm just trying to make my art and do what's smart. I'm saying rapping Tay, 4.5 mic honoree, or singing Tay, first time Grammy nominee. Dude, you do the math. Dude, you add it up. That's on my mind when I crush a chord. A lot of dudes are mad at me, but I would rather be a lonely wolf than a sheep that's bored. So like he gets more notoriety from singing than he would rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
and that's that's not even strictly all about the money right there. He's like, yo, we don't get the respect we used to.
Well,
Even
number
though
one, I'm gonna give that
KRS,
youngster a
they
brave
get
credit
paid
for him to
more.
call out KRS-One of all people. You're a brave boy to do that one. Because if
He was
KRS-One
making a
wanted you,
point though. He wasn't really
yeah, I
trying to
know, I
diss him. He
know,
was
I
trying to
know,
make a point.
I know, and I see that. But a lot of those old time rappers could have really took it as, oh, wait a minute, you talking about you ain't gonna rap at 60. But I give the young people credit. The one thing that they got that the rappers didn't have 20 or 30 years ago is, of course, the internet,
Social
YouTube.
media.
Exactly. They have social media now where they don't have to go to the music,
Record labels.
yeah, the record labels, and have
Put that
them
stuff out.
produce and sell out.
In other words, they can take a laptop,
There you
put
go.
that beat together,
There you
connect the
go.
Yeah.
microphone, rap it
Yeah,
themselves,
yeah.
get
Yeah.
that same mix and engineer it themselves, put it out.
Hmm.
Be like,
Right,
no,
exactly.
don't need nothing else. Like, yo,
And
we
they can
got this.
there you go, and they can make their own when they make their masters, then they can create their own financial gain with that, because now the record companies coming to them, because once they see their views and see how many people is digging it, now they can say, yeah, okay, you coming to me, well,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
what I
yeah.
want.
Let us distribute you. Be like, okay, sure, you can distribute us, but
Yeah.
I'm keeping my own master,
There you
and
go,
then
number
and we'll
one.
talk about percentage, and we'll do a fair percentage
There you
because
go.
if you're going to put up money to distribute my music, okay, obviously you deserve a percentage. But let's talk about that's all Prince wanted to do. If you like,
Exactly.
if you ever listen to Prince describe it, talk about when he's like that's all he was like with Warner Brothers. I heard him say it's not like I didn't felt that they didn't deserve nothing. Or I mean,
Right,
I'm paraphrasing what he was saying. He was like, but it's like it's my studio. I write all the songs.
right.
I produce the music. I
That's right.
record it. I mix it. I do it all myself. Why are y'all taking that much of a cut? You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like it's not like I'm not saying y'all don't supposed to get anything because a record company, one of their main
Absolutely.
jobs is to distribute the
Mm-hmm.
song. You know
Right.
that means they going to promote it. They want to make sure that
Exactly.
there's commercials out and everybody knows and whatever. And of course, Prince is like I get that. Duh. Of course you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. But why
like
you getting this certain percentage?
but hold
Right.
up. And then but his main thing was like, but I don't own my master. You own my master? Hold on.
Right.
You like, wait a minute. My studio. I write the songs. I play
Right.
the songs. I produce the songs. I get it mixed and mastered. I do all this, but you own the song.
Right.
So it's just
Look,
crazy,
I'd have been
man.
like, look, I
It's
can
crazy.
understand us going 50-50 on the masters. You know what I'm saying? So both can get money. You know, we get half and
Yeah,
half.
but I mean,
Right.
but the
But
record
yeah, but
company don't need to be owning people's masters.
I
Well, I mean
believe that too.
that's
Yeah.
going into a totally different discussion.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, that's just crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
I've
kind
never
of going.
understood
We
that
getting
either.
sidetracked
But you
on
know
that.
what? I said I was thinking about this last week, and I was talking to some fellas. I said, imagine if Michael Jackson or Stevie Wonder or Prince had the internet at that time. I mean, those are ones that was able to make some dollars out of so many artists, that came up. But imagine if they had the internet then and they could promote themselves to be able to make deals with the record companies. Because see, the record companies had the pure power at that time. Now, with the internet, the record companies have little to no power. Because it's like, yeah, because now they know they got to come to the kids because they don't need them no more. We don't need you to produce nothing. We
Like we
done made
don't.
enough. Yeah, we done
Please
made,
let us work with you. It's like the record companies are like begging, please let us work with you.
because all they want to
Sycophants.
do is because no, we don't need for you to make us famous. We can do that now. Why would we give you any percentage of my time? I'm gonna make the same money you was making off artists for 60, 70 plus years and counting. No, like come on, man. I can buy my own studio now. Right. I know the same people that you know when it comes to promoting. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, but if I want to go that far with it, but all I need is the internet, shoot, and then let those people come to me because when they see how many, if I got 10 million followers on my channel and more, then I know those people gonna be looking like, wait a minute, that's 10 million people. I need to go to this youngster and see what I can do about creating some shows because I've created shows for the best and the best. So let me go to them, negotiate a deal. And and now these kids are getting the money that they were supposed to got, like the artists were supposed to got 60, 70 years ago. Yeah, the internet is pretty much taking the squeeze from the record companies now, because that was what the record companies depended on. They knew they had the power. They had the promoters. They had this. They had that. They had all the connections. So
You couldn't do
they was
anything without
right
them.
now
Yeah.
right now the YouTube and all, they took that away, and the
Um,
people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I was just basically saying now that YouTube is taking that away, the record people that used to have those type of people, now they don't have to go through the record companies. Now they can go directly to the artists because of the internet. They don't have to go to the record. And I think that's the greatest thing in the world. I give the young kids that much credit. Yes, because now, I love how they sticking it to the record companies, demanding what the hell they want for once. Yeah, we already got the fame, but you gonna give me my money. You gonna give me my money. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna do you like you did my ancestors 60 years ago. Yeah, you gonna give me my money.
I want my daddy's records.
Yeah, I want my daddy's records.
Exactly.
I want my
man.
daddy's records.
Yeah. You know who my uncle was? James Brown. Yeah, where his catalog
It's
at?
called that's called creative control.
Exactly. Yeah, man, please. Yeah, you gonna give me my money. Yeah, you can't fool us with all that. You ain't gonna do me like a new edition. Wait for my shit to come.
$1.87. Now y'all split this between all five of you. Now you hear?
Yeah, you done lost your.
Now you make sure Bobby gets some. You make sure Ralph get a piece of this $1.87. Ricky, you get your little cut.
Right.
Ronnie, you get your cut.
Yo, they couldn't even get chips and a quarter water for each of them with that.
Right.
Yeah.
You can get one of those small punches from the stove, maybe, if you got enough money for them back in the day.
Can
No,
you
really
imagine
messed
how
up.
that? I mean, can you imagine how that felt to see that check? Like, yo, to know that you've just went on tour and that you literally knocked a Thriller album single out of #1 with your song. You literally not. I think it was Billie Jean or Beat It by Michael Jackson. New Edition. They knocked a Thriller song out of #1.
Yep.
Right.
For Candy Girl, they knocked Michael Jackson out the top.
Yeah.
And then you come home and it's just like, yo, here's your check. $1.87. I mean, I will almost jump off a bridge, yo.
Hey, look,
Are you serious? I knocked Michael Jackson with the most successful album. I knocked one of his singles off of #1. We took him off of #1 and only get $1.87. Oh, somebody fitting.
I commend Bobby Brown for not pulling a Nina Simone and walking up into the office with a gun.
No, that's TLC did that too with Clive Davis. Did you ever see the movie?
No.
They have a movie. It's I own it on Amazon too, but it came out on either Lifetime or something. TLC did the same thing. they did it to Arista Records because they was on LaFace Records,
LaFace,
and
yeah.
when they didn't get their money, like Babyface and L.A. Reid was like, well, hold up, that part is like they was explaining that we're under Arista. Was it
Umbrella.
Arista? No, they were. I think they were under Arista Records, and
I
that was Clive
They were
Davis.
distributed
So
by
so
Arista.
that's when that's when TLC was like, okay, well then we're gonna go to Arista because LaFace was just under them, and
Yeah.
they went up in there with guns. And then you remember, and on the NWA movie, Ice Cube did the same
right.
thing.
Exactly.
Ice Cube, he came in there with the bat and was like,
when he
that
did his
stuff was
solo.
not. I mean, it might was a little Hollywood, but
Yeah, when
he
he
did
was,
that.
But I don't
when he was
blame him, man.
soloist, yeah.
Right. Like if I wrote all this and you over there eating steak Perrier and you doing all
And I'm up here eating some Big Macs.
right, exactly.
And they're not even, and they're old. The bread is old on them. At least give me some fresh bread on my Big Mac. Okay, anyway. But,
Right. They had to re-dip my fries in oil. Oh, hell no, you don't get my money.
yeah, for real, man. Like, yo.
You gonna
Get
give
my
me my
oil
money.
Yo.
Fries and oil.
Yo, a round of applause for Bobby Brown for the exhibition of restraints.
For real, yeah, because Bobby probably could have been the one that been like, you said don't be cruel? Oh, no, I'm about to be cruel. Oh, no, I'm about to be
that's
real
right.
cruel.
I know that's right. I'm about to be cool.
I'm about to show you what my prerogative really is.
Yeah.
This is my prerogative right now.
No, that's right.
You want to know what my prerogative is? Give me my money. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, that's corny, but all right, y'all. We're gonna take a music break right now, so that y'all can give y'all a chance to think of some more stuff. But this is good. We can keep talking about the rap stuff if you want. But since I rarely get music to play from a rap artist, this is a perfect time to play this single. Some of you may be familiar with Keybo. That's KEYBEAUX. You can follow him on Instagram. He's been on this panel before, even just like a month ago he was on here. You can follow him on YouTube under that name as well. And he is a rapper, independent, really good. And I always say this, like when he was on the show the last time, I love the fact that this man don't cuss. You know what I'm saying? And his stuff is tight. So he actually gave me an unreleased single to play this evening. So this is unreleased. I guess this is a forthcoming album. This song is called Ricochet. So again, his name is Keybo. He's a rapper, and that is spelled KEYBEAUX. Okay, and again, the song is called Ricochet.
They say that love is a weapon and that it could kill ya. Honestly, don't know real love, I don't think I'm familiar. People will tell you one thing and then go do another. Cheating and lying and creeping and hurting each other. Been in the game, but still I can't figure this out. I keep on losing every single time that I'm shooting my shot. Really don't know if it's me or you feeling the same. No, I'm not trying to complain, but I feel so hella lame. Ricochet, ricochet. Shooting my shot, but I just let it bounce back. Oh, gave you my heart, but girl, you wasn't about that. Oh, when it come to love, I can do it out that. I let it ricochet, ricochet. Shooting my shot, but I just let it bounce back. Oh, gave you my heart, but girl, you wasn't about that. Oh, when it come to love, I can do it out that. Hey. You say that I'm not your type, tell me to go get a life. Kept pushing me to the side, maybe I'll take your advice. I thought you would be my wife, oh baby. Driving alone on the highway and I'm going crazy, yeah. Can't sleep, yeah. Just wanted you to know, guess I'm too delusional, yes. Said you were beautiful and you just deleted my text. My life is full of regrets, gotta move on to the next. I let it ricochet, ricochet. Shooting my shot but I just let it bounce back. Oh, gave you my heart but girl you wasn't about that. Oh, when it come to love I can do it out that. I let it ricochet, ricochet. Shooting my shot but I just let it bounce back. Oh, gave you my heart but girl you wasn't about that. Oh, when it come to love I can do it out that. Ricochet, ricochet. Play no games with my heart. Ricochet, ricochet. Play no games with my heart. Ricochet, ricochet. Play no games with my heart. Ricochet, 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 ricochet.
right, if you're just tuning in, you were listening to an original song called Ricochet, and the artist's name is Keybo. Again, that is spelled Keybeaux. Man, that was hot, man. All right, that's what he just let it ricochet. In other words, he just let it bounce off him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. What y'all thought of that song, y'all?
Yeah, it was nice, man.
Okay, I was
Real
gonna say,
nice.
oh,
I
wow,
like
y'all
that.
have
That's
a
what I'm
lot to say
talking
about
about.
it.
The flow was good. I love the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Okay,
That's what's up. I like. That's what I'm
Okay,
talking about. Give me something that I can listen to that makes some sense. I'll listen all day long.
that's what's up. That's
Especially if
what's
you're gonna
up.
make the beat simple. You better make them lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if y'all, for those of you that may be just joining us, we just in here talking about, we kind of started off talking about artists that need to retire, and then we kind of then I asked the question about rappers needing to retire, and then we kind of just like, we've been on hip hop and rapping for a minute, so we want to jump back to the discussion just for a few more minutes. But I do want to say, if you're just tuning in, stick around, because we had I guess you can say, a loop challenge, I guess you can say, or a beat making challenge. And we had 5 people participate. We took the same loop, and Keybo is one of the people that participated. The guy you just heard, his song, he participated as well as Brandy D. My goodness, who else? So Brandy D, Keybo. Who else? Oh, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch. Mitch, like, it was me. How does it feel? And one other person, I think. I can't think of it. But so check that out. We'll be moving on to that pretty soon. So yeah, make sure you check that out. Fresh Sound Florida gave the all fire emojis for Ricochet. That's what's up. That's what's up. D Grantham Jr. Said very nice. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, so I guess the question is it fair? Is it fair that rappers have a different a different code that they have to live by compared to pretty much any other musician in any other genre? Is that fair? Is it fair? It's like you can literally go into any other music genre and they do not have to go through the exact same scenario, rules, the exact same rules as, other musicians.
I think it's interesting that if you juxtapose to European classical music, it's the complete polar opposite. You're applauded for copying Bach,
Mm-hmm.
for mimicking Beethoven, for getting the minutia of the particular elements of a classical artist, a European classical artist, as opposed to hip hop. I've always found that interesting.
You know what? That's a great point, and that's the one thing that with classical music, and I'm not a classical when it comes to like piano playing. I was classically trained as a singer, so I mean, I have sung opera before, but the last time I sung an opera was in 1996. So please don't think I can do that now. Opera singing, you got to be trained and in shape for that. So I've done it, but so I do have some classical training, but not on the piano. On the piano is, I'm just, R&B, mostly, and a little bit of gospel in there, a little bit of jazz. But the thing I hate with the classical stuff is like when they playing songs and they be like, no, you have to play it just like this, and you have to. That irks the. Can I just put some of my feeling in it? No, it has to be just like. It's so limiting. It's so limiting to me, and it's like when you're doing classical, it's like they try to. It's like you're not able to be a musician. It's like you have to do it the way, Bach, George Frederick Handel, or you know what I'm saying, Beethoven. You have to do it the way they did it, or whatever. that to me, that's prison, man. That's
It
HE
is.
man.
It really
For a
is.
musician, it's like I just want to do instead of doing a. Well, let me see something like what I want to go. Hey, what you doing? You jazzing it up. I'm like, yeah. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's not how you're supposed to play the song. You're ruining it, like, dude. I'm just putting my. I can't stand that, man. I can't stand that, man. It's like let me be musical, please. Can, can I bastardize the song myself? I mean, it's like y'all just not letting me have any fun. But anyway, I'm sorry.
And it's interesting considering like if you were to take that same classically trained pianist and drop them in a jazz ensemble, they wouldn't know what to do because they were never taught to improvise.
Right. They were like, well, hold up. Well, can I at least hear the song so I can play it the way it's supposed to be? Man,
Exactly.
forget about that. Just play it the way you feel. Well, like you said, they wouldn't know what to do. If you at least let me listen to the song, at least I can see what it's supposed to sound. Man, just fill in them. We'll tell you what the chords are. Look, we're in B flat minor, and we're doing 1 6 5 4 5. All right, play. Huh?
What's
You 1 4? Well, what are y'all making? McDonald's orders or something? Like you want a number 1, you want a number 4, you want a number 6?
no.
No, it's like they lost, man. So yeah, man. So it's amazing how different music is when it goes from genre to genre. That's a good thing to look. Yeah, it's like we go from genre to genre. It's such a big difference, even with that too. So I guess we shouldn't look at rap too badly. Because it's like, okay, yeah, rap, like, yeah, we have differences just like classical music got differences and R&B got differences, so I guess we should respect the differences. But I still think it's unfair. I don't know. I think it's unfair that rappers can't have a different standard. And like I said, it's like for us, we can love rap, rappers or whatever, but it just looks so awkward if they like was to go out and perform today. It just seems awkward, but yet I can look at Boys to Men perform and it doesn't seem awkward to me. You know what I'm saying? And their songs are like 30 plus years old. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it is what it is, I guess.
Again, it also comes down to the individual. Like across the board, yes, but if you fit the demographic, even still to this day, then then it's for you. Like if Wu-Tang was to drop an album, yeah, I'm going to lend an ear to it because I love me some Wu. If RZA was to all of a sudden cover a Redman song, it would look kind of weird. It's like, why is his words? And that's what it is. It's like, why is his words coming out of your mouth? And therein lies the difference.
Yeah, we touched on that just a little teeny bit, but yeah, it's not really normal for rappers to cover. Right now, it's one thing to talk about ghostwriters and someone else writing your rhymes, but to cover other right? Mine is Snoop Dogg with Lottie Dottie. I'm like, I'm sure that there's probably some other scenarios. Like, are there any other songs that you could think of where somebody rapped somebody else's song and it was actually accepted?
With no cover.
Look at him. Look at Jimi Hendrix and All Along the Watchtower. Like that's not even his song, but it's he's known. He's famous for playing that song, and that's a cover. Look at Whitney Houston. Dolly Parton can never.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Now, Jewel, you had said something. What did you say, Jewel?
I'm sorry.
There are a lot of interpolations of parts of famous songs with no covers.
Right, exactly. Right, yeah. You take a little piece, whatever, do your thing.
It's like a callback, and it's cool because it's the culture,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Like what Kasai was talking about, though. Yeah, like Dolly Parton. Like number one, if Whitney never sang "I Will Always Love You," and then just one, and let's say the movie, some movie came on, and I Will Always Love You, Dolly Parton's version come on. I wouldn't even remember the song.
Hmm.
You could have asked me 2 weeks later and be like, "Hey, have you ever heard Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You?" I'll probably be like, "I don't think so," even though I had just heard it 2 weeks ago. That's just how I don't mean
Yeah.
to sound so mean, but that's just how like okay, whatever. But it's like, but because Whitney came and redid the song, it's
Yeah.
like Dolly is like I'm sure Dolly can't be that bad because
Yeah.
Dolly is like ha ha ha. Last time I checked, writers is the one that get the big checks, right?
Oh yes.
So
Oh
Dolly probably like,
yes.
girl, sing that song, girl. That's right. Take it to number one. Hold on. My check been deposited. Okay, what is it? 5 million. Girl, you better keep singing that song because I
I
know that's
mean,
what I would have been like. Yeah,
there
keep
are
singing it.
less creative liberties you can take. Like, okay, Whitney covered Dolly, but what happened? Their arrangement is different. She took out the fiddles, added maybe some cello or something. You know, like what can you actually do if you try to cover a rap song? You can't change the beat. What
Well,
do
I
you?
mean, I mean, Snoop. Well, I mean, well, let's look at what Snoop did. Like,
That
all
was
right,
an
well, how did
interpolation.
he change it?
It was an
He
interpolation.
changed very little of the lyrics. Very little of the lyrics. Um, the beat was different. Wasn't it? Well, hold up. Lottie Dottie was beatboxed by Dougie Fresh, right? The original, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was just Dougie doing the beatbox. Okay. Did was Snoop Dogg? Was that somebody beatboxing? I can't remember now.
No, no, there was actual music.
Okay, so that was one. Okay, so that was a difference that was made. Okay, very few lyrics was changed though with that particular one.
Yeah,
Very few. I mean, he changed that here and there, but he was pretty much true to the song. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but nobody can ever do the original, particularly Slick Rick,
I mean,
man.
to be honest with you, yeah, it's like I heard Snoop's version before. I
Yeah,
wasn't all that excited about it. I was just
right.
like, oh wow, I love this song because I just remember Lottie Dottie from when I was a kid, man. That was the joint.
Yes,
But and it's like,
particularly.
but yeah, it's like I prefer to hear that version.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
that's
do
a
too. I
one
do
off
too.
though.
What you
Cause
say, Jewel?
can nobody do it like Slick, particularly.
Hold on, James, for one
Oh,
second.
but
What'd you say, Jewel?
That's a one off. Like it. I don't know. I just can't see a world where there are as many rap covers as there are other covers. Like,
I
okay,
agree.
I could see Drake covering "Song Cry" by Jay-Z. I can see that easily, and it would work. It would work.
Hmm.
But can you go cover one of it? No, you just can't. It's just you can't do it with such frequency because it's cheeky in a way that it in rap that it won't be cheeky in like other genres because it's expected. You know?
Do you think that's because rap in general is so owned by the rapper anyway because usually the rapper is writing their own lyrics, so
And it's so
it's
personal.
is that what makes it so hard to hear somebody cover it because it's like no that's Ricky's Slick Rick's rhyme. Like
Yeah.
is it because like in rap it's most of your rappers are writing their own lyrics,
Yeah.
is that what makes it hard?
no,
It's
I don't think it's the lyrics. I truly believe it's just like music. Certain people have voices for certain songs, right? Like if you're gonna do a rendition of somebody's song, you better be able to sing it as good as if you have written the song yourself. In my opinion,
That's a minimum. A minimum.
right,
At least
right.
be as good. A minimum. That's
Right,
minimum.
exactly. So
Minimum.
if you're gonna do something like a Lottie Dottie, because to me, Slick Rick made the song. Particularly, I remember that part when he said, "It's all because of
Of course,
you."
and that's been used
Yeah,
in
you know
other
what I'm saying,
songs.
right?
And that's been
So
used in other
if you
songs.
got to do something that's much better than what we've heard, or at least that or better, for you to
Mhm.
say. I mean, the song has to be so good that people have to say, "Well, man, I thought you written the song." Kind of like what Michael Jackson did to Smokey Robinson song.
And what Luther did to Dionne Warwick several
Right,
times.
exactly.
Oh dang, I thought that was a Luther song.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
No,
You know,
Dion
you
like
sang that so
that was
good.
my song.
Right. Yeah, you know when you sang it so good, they thought it was your song, right?
Right, right.
So yeah, you can't do it no better than what the original done it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
leave it alone.
I think it can only really swing one of. Okay, I can only swing like three ways. Okay, rap lyrics are often so deeply personal, not necessarily like personal meaning like heart wrenching or anything like that, but just like the details are so personal to the person who writes it that it's like weird to go and rap it yourself. But also, if they're not deeply personal in that way, like okay, for example, um, when they were Troy, Pete Rock, right? They were reminiscent for you. There's just a lot of details, a lot of very, very, very personal details. You can't just rap that because it's like, dude, what are you talking about? This isn't you, right? And if it's not that, you're signifying, and it's like,
It's too
oh,
personal.
I'm this, I'm that. You're like building up your personal image, and that's corny to Jack as well because it's like, okay, now you're being fake. So it's either you're jacking somebody else's like life or you're jacking somebody else's image, and both of them are weird. One's weird because it's like okay, and one's weird because it's like okay, this isn't you, you're fake. And the only way it works is if it's just dope, and the person manages to put a unique spin on it and kind of not say outdo the original, but like add his own flavor to it.
Right.
And that's I mean it's harder to do because you don't have as many variables to manipulate. You have the lyrics, you have the beat, right?
Right,
And it's like,
right.
well,
You're pretty
what are
much
you gonna
right on
do?
that.
So ultimately, rap music is
It's
just
just
more
a weird
personal.
form to
It's
try to
just more
cover.
personal.
It's a weird form to try to cover.
That and the fact that how can you rearrange? Like if you take a beat and it's all about rhyming on the words, you can't really sing on the words. So unless your voice is unique, that's the only way I can see you being able to do a little bit better on a hip hop song. Because if you ain't got the voice for it, okay. When Biggie Smalls um did a demo tape, Microphone Murderer, and he rapped over Big Daddy Kane's "Ain't No Half Stepping," ain't no half stepping. That was a huge hit back in '88. But then Biggie came and did Microphone Murderer, and he sounded like that. He was the one that came out with that one. But he made it seem like a whole original song. So if you can do that, rapping like he didn't
That's
sound
slightly
nothing like
different
Big Daddy
because he didn't
Kane.
bite the lyrics or
Yeah, that's
anything. He
not
just
me.
kind
Right,
of
that's what
jacked.
I'm saying. He didn't
Yeah, he
sound
didn't
nothing
bite the
like Big
lyrics.
Daddy Kane, and he made up his own lyrics with that beat and made it sound like he went into the studio and did it.
Yeah, that's the beat.
Yeah,
People do that all the time. Like the mixtape era, that's all people did. They took beats.
The
Actually, when
instrumental.
the albums
yeah,
were
but a
coming
lot of
out,
them
there were
didn't
people
sound good.
sharing
Yeah,
instrumental tracks to say, okay, this album just dropped. I got the instrumental. Let's write
right,
some lyrics. I remember because I had a notebook. I remember this. Like, this is
right.
not new.
Jewel
People,
used to be a rapper too. She just
I
ain't
did
never
used
let
to
us
be,
hear
but
Yeah,
like,
but the difference is everybody who did it didn't always sound good. So the fact that
Of course. I mean,
you
that
can
goes with
right,
any
right,
genre of music,
if you
man.
can stand out, but the
Got some
point I'm
singers
saying
that
is
can't sing,
if you can stand
rappers who
out,
can't rap.
if you can take
Ham no burger.
up if you can take a popular beat
yeah,
and make it your own, that means you stand out amongst all the people out there trying to do a demo.
yeah,
And if you can get the attention of a serious record producer like Puffy Combs that wants to really sign you because he thinks you're just that good that you could take a beat like that and make it your own because no one thought that someone can take a Big Daddy Kane song and make it their own. That's like trying to take a Michael Jackson Prince song and make it your own. Few people
um,
can do that. But if you
I don't
can,
know. I don't know because
I say if you can though, yeah,
the mixtape era was huge. Like that Piff was popping for like a cool decade.
right.
Like the mixtape era was something serious. Like I remember, like all of my favorite artists, I had all their mixtapes way before their albums ever dropped. Like Lupe, I stayed on his stuff, and when the
Right.
albums dropped, I was like, okay, cool, this is dope. But like the mixtapes, that was different. Like they took Jay's song, they took, it's just it was a thing. Like Drake did that, Lil Wayne. Like this was in like the mid 2000s,
Yep.
early 2010s. Like
Ludicrous. I remember
the
that.
mixtape
Yes.
era was popping, and they were mixtape songs on the radio. I remember this. Like
Yep.
it's not like a one off thing. Like this
A
was a
movement.
cultural thing. Like Fab mixtape, he was great on mixtapes, and we were all say like, man, he sucks on his own records, but on his mixtapes and all his features he was cool. Like, I mean, that was just the thing people did. But like taking a beat and taking lyrics, I mean,
Back in those days, if you want to just hear a mixtape, all you had to do is listen to Rap City and, and listen to the rappers or rap off other people's beats. But yeah, I remember when I first heard Luda. This is when the South was coming. A Master P and all the rappers from the South. When I heard Luda, but yeah, I remember before anybody else heard her. This is when the South said, and I wasn't a big fan of Southern rap, but I knew when I first heard Luda, I said, when this dude get heard, whoo, his flow was ridiculous.
Yeah. The thing about I've never listened to mixtapes, at least with the hip hop artists or whatever. But I do know that eventually you had singers that would come out with mixtapes, and those was fun. I like the singer. Her name is Don Drea, and she was coming out with like R&B mixtapes. Like I remember she did one where she remade "We're Not Making Love No More" by Drew Hill, and just some stuff like that. So those are the only type of mixtapes I'm familiar with because it was singing. I never got into the rap ones and all that stuff.
That was a great era because people were being creative. They took chances because they didn't have to have, they could just write some stuff, sing well, and they didn't have to worry about all the extra stuff. And they made a fan base off of that, really.
Yeah. Because there was a girl that took Baltimore's go-go beat. Her name started with an A. She was in the video with LL Cool J. Adrena, I can't think. Amira,
Amory.
Amory, I'm sorry. Amira, right. It was one of them.
Amory.
Yeah. She was a mirror on the wall, right? Yeah, okay.
But no, I remember her because she was the one that was taking a little bit of hip-hop flavor with a little go-go. Because at that time, anybody used to hear go-go. I love the rhythm of the go-go beat. And so if you could take that and mix it with a little R&B and then put your vocals to it, because she was known for that in the early 2000s. And I used to love all the stuff that she did. I just could never pronounce her daggone name. I thought it was American.
You still can't. Anyway. You're calling her something that you see your reflection in out of. But
exactly. I know she can sing. She's a mirror, she can sing. I give her that.
It's all good. Yeah, mixtapes, man. That was kind of cool.
I miss those days.
Back in the days.
DMX was another one that was up and coming with his mixtape.
Wow, somebody had to take a deep breath on that one.
That was, you know what? My approach to hip hop is different. When I was a kid, in the 80s, I couldn't stand hip hop. I thought it was corny. I couldn't stand
it. You just style of it, right?
Kasai. I need you to mail your black card to me, please. Mail it to me, please. Thank you. I will DM you my mailing address. I need you to send that to me, man. Go ahead.
No, I grew up listening. No. During that time, I was listening to I was listening to a lot of metal. I was listening to Poison. I was listening to Black Sabbath. I was listening to Judas Priest. I was listening to
Elvis Presley.
Oh, hell, heck no. He
about to cuss. He like, look, he about to cuss up on here. Like, I'm sorry. I forgot where I was.
So I'm accustomed to that kind of energy when it comes to when it comes to certain forms of music. Mm-hmm. So when the early '90s started rolling around, and then you had people like again Onyx,
straight out of Compton, crazy mother. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You said Onyx. That's East Coast. I'm sorry. I went to the West Coast. I'm sorry.
That's hot energy.
Onyx, Wu-Tang. This is a very
DOS effects.
Flatliners. They were on that vein of like. Where hip hop, it had that same energy
Yeah.
Where it mirrored. It was very similar to that of metal and dark metal. So like I
Oh,
was
you talking about Run DMC?
no.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no, man. No, man. No.
Oh, I thought you
James
talking
is
about
on
Walk
another
This Way.
stratosphere
I'm sorry.
right now.
I thought you talking about Walk This Way.
He's like on another stratosphere.
I don't know if anybody remembers the movie Judgment Night. Back in the 90s, they did an album where they would pair hip hop groups with metal bands. So you would have Onyx and Biohazard. You would have
Run DMC and Aerosmith. What's your thoughts on that? Because you know they did rock this way.
It's a different groove. It's a different groove.
Okay.
It's a totally
he's
different
right.
groove.
When I first got my first rap album was 1982. My sister had brought me the Sugar Hill album for Christmas, and I remember just listening to it till the hip, till the hippity hop, and I was kind of listening to it like sound like disco with a dude talking on it, right? Like 8 when this first came out, so I wasn't really into hip hop like that. What sold me with hip hop is when I started listening to Run DMC, Curtis Blow, the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys was it for me. When I saw 2 big dudes like me, because I was a chubby kid when I was coming up. So I'm seeing 3 fat dudes going up in there and ripping the mic.
Talking about all you can eat. $3.99 for all you can eat. All you can eat.
But the human beatbox had
I know
me.
that's a movie, but it still was the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But the human beatbox, man.
Oh yeah,
I had
man, he was
never
tight.
seen a dude
Yo.
hit bass so hard.
Yo, next to Dougie Fresh, I think that dude probably was one of the best rappers. Though he's the one that passed away. Yeah. I mean, Dougie Fresh is still, like really one of the best. But that dude right there,
Yeah, because
I mean, yo, crazy man.
I said it would have been nice had Buff lived. I think they could have got together and made like a little beatbox band. You got Dougie Fresh doing and you got
Dougie Fresh
Biz
put the
Markie doing
microphone
the-
right here on his neck, like
Yeah.
it's crazy, yo.
and then you got Buff just producing the beat, the bass to it while they doing all the ooh, I can see that. Ooh, that'd be a nice trio right
That would
there.
be crazy. Yeah, if those two would have got the
three of them because Biz Markie, he used to
Biz Markie used to be
Yeah, he was the beatboxer as well.
beatbox too.
Yeah, but Biz Markie,
Forgot about him.
Dougie Fresh, and the Buff, if all 3 of them could have got together, I'm telling you, I think they could have came up with something that would have just been fire.
I have to add one more. Rozelle. If you're gonna go beatboxers, was
he in the 80s?
Have y'all ever heard Ralph Tresvant, New Edition? You ever hear him beatbox?
No.
Because he does some stuff like on their live shows. Now I don't think he's done anything with the show that they got now. But like if you go back to like let's say on Arsenio Hall, look at one of the Arsenio Hall things, and it was like Arsenio was like, they had just performed something, and then all of a sudden Arsenio went there, and all of a sudden Ralph was just like, and they was doing, I can't remember. It's right on YouTube. I mean, like Ralph, I was like, yo, like. He got some skills, yo. he got like this. When we get offline, I'll see if I can find it. Like, yo, it's like, yo, like he ain't no chump with it. I mean, we know he's the high pitched singer from New Edition. We used to seeing all this, and all that. But that dude, like his beatbox was like, I'm like, he was
check that out.
I mean, he was killing it. I was like, oh, okay, Ralph.
Well, I remember him saying as a kid, him and Bobby Brown and them, they used to have beatboxing and dancing and rapping contests back in Boston. So, I mean, it ain't because I remember when hearing him rap back in the day, he showed versatile. He could sing and rap, back in
the day. Rap on your own song.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of Bobby, I think he needs to retire.
Oh, that's good. Yo, we're gonna end our discussion section with that. Let's talk about that, yo.
I saw a video of him dancing, trying to keep up. Child, please.
He has not been able to keep up with New Edition for years. If you go to the last tour that they did, I forgot what it was called. It was like right around the time before the movie came out, or right after the movie. No, it was before the movie came out. They did a New Edition did a big tour too. Bobby couldn't keep up with them either. He used to walk off stage all the time, and he did it in Baltimore. Like they was just here in Baltimore, like February 27th. It's all on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. It's like by the second song, Bobby walks off the stage.
Well, I mean, you know, God bless Bobby.
TD Jakes.
Yeah, you know what? God bless Bobby.
Yeah.
All the drugs that man did, he wasn't even supposed to be alive.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
for
Yeah.
him to
It's
be
like he
able to
outlived his
return-
ex-wife,
Right.
2 of his kids, and yet he's done a lot
Yeah,
to
I
still
mean,
be around longer than all of them, man.
Yeah, he should retire. The fact that man can still do a turn.
Right.
great.
Yeah, because I could barely turn. But yeah, Bobby has had a hard. That's a good point, Jewel. That's a really good one. He cannot keep up. He really
Yeah.
can't. Like
Yeah.
whoa. And
Yeah,
but
he
what's
needs to-
really bad? What really is the fact that go back 30 years, nobody was out dancing Bobby. That's
Right.
what's so crazy about it. It's like, yo, nobody look at the Every Little Step video. Like
Right.
and look at the, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and I guess my prerogative, and because he was doing. I mean, that man was known for dancing.
Yep.
Right.
And
Him
now
and
he
Hammer.
can't-
Hammer was the only one.
Well,
who
yeah,
did
Hammer.
that.
I mean, yeah, Hammer was better. Nobody could touch Hammer. But
Yeah,
like,
that's the only one I can see
that's
get
why
Bobby.
he wrote a song called "You Can't Touch This." But but that he jacked from my man Rick yeah, Jack his beat,
James.
but Rick James, but yeah, but that's what really makes it so crazy to see Bobby cannot keep up, and it's like, Bobby, you were the dancing machine, literally. Like of the late 80s, early 90s. This is crazy, man.
Yo, I don't care what anybody says. My favorite Bobby Brown song is "Thug Lovin'." That yo, if you've never seen the video, you owe it to yourself.
Wait a minute, he has a video. Well, now, which year did this album?
Yo,
Because the only albums I knew from him, I remember when he did "King of Stage." That was his first album. That's the song we know they had "Girlfriend" on. I need a girlfriend. I remember that. Then "Don't Be Cruel." Everybody knows "Don't Be Cruel." And then he had one album after that that had Pumps. No, that was MC Hammer with Pumps.
That's what I'm saying.
Bobby had Bobby's song that Bobby song. He had I need a state of mind. I'm stressed out to get away.
Get
Remember
away.
that song?
Oh,
Yeah,
Get
that
Away,
was like
Get
his
Away.
third. That was
Oh, Get
after
Away.
"Don't Be Cruel." I don't know
Yeah.
any of his albums after that. So which album is this song?
it's like,
on?
so
I
why
on, but this is late '90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this needs to be nominated for a Grammy. I friggin' love this song. It's a guilty pleasure.
Now, is it okay? You're saying it should be nominated for a Grammy. Now, do you like it because it's just funny, or is it really a great song, or is it just like you like it because it's like, I can't believe you did this, Bobby? Like,
Yeah.
what kind of like is it?
Yes to all of that.
Oh, to all of it. Okay. Oh, we gonna check this song out when we log off. No, we definitely gonna check this song out.
Yeah, but my thing is, Bobby had actually lost the weight, and I think he got into an incident where a car ran over his legs.
Oh,
I didn't hear about that one.
Right, and
didn't hear about
I
that.
see he blew because a few years back, Bobby had lost. He almost was in.
He actually
original
lost
shape.
some weight on the TV show too.
Yeah.
Celebrity Fit Club or whatever it was called, something like that. Back
So
in the day.
if Bobby can
He
shed
lost
about
weight
50
then, too.
pounds, he might can catch up and get him a trainer. Yeah, all you got to do is shave about 50 pounds. I still wouldn't try some of the moves, but
It might be something else that's causing him to not be able to move. It may
Well,
be a
yeah.
condition that he's just not sharing with us. Because I mean, even Johnny Gill be keeping up with the steps, and Johnny is not skinny. He heavy,
Yeah, he
but if you
full too.
look, I've looked at the new show that they've been doing, this new show, their new the Culture Tour. And I'm like, yo, Johnny is keeping up, and Johnny is older than all of them. by a
Right.
couple of years. He's older than every member by a couple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's able to still keep up. And he ain't Johnny ain't skinny no more.
No, he
That's what
showed
I'm
up.
like. So that's what, and I'm looking. So I'm like, it gotta be something else.
He
Like, it's
surprised
gotta
me
be
like
something.
50 Cent surprised me at the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah, Johnny. I know, right? Yeah. So do y'all feel that Bobby should retire? Jewel already said, yeah, that was a good one too, Jewel. Man, I forgot about Bobby, man.
Yo, you gonna
No.
put some respect on Bobby Brown name now.
Oh, he gets respect. You have to understand. It's like, and I know it could be hard for people who see Bobby Brown now, and let's say they're just not familiar with.
Yeah,
Let's
I
just.
get
I
it.
mean, if they
Exactly.
weren't
Yeah.
even born when Don't Be
When he
Cruel
was
came
really
out
out
or
there.
whatever,
Right.
they don't understand literally how big this man was. It was
Right.
like, it was at one point you had Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was almost like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I get it, man.
he was almost in that when
Right.
it came to popularity, and you seeing him everywhere.
Right.
Like, I mean, he was in the Ghostbusters movie. I mean, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, then all of us, and then you look at him now, and you're like, Bobby Brown, he ain't hard. I'm like, nah, that dude got some legacy. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he do got
He
some
has
in his
legacy,
past.
but it's
Yeah.
just
When you see an artist like that has it is Bobby, either Bobby needs to go and just simply get his weight together
I
and
think it's
get
more
him
than
a
just
trainer
the
to
weight,
see if he can at least keep up with the old steps. You know what I'm saying? And be
Mm.
able to last around. I mean, I don't expect Bobby to be the one where he's taking over, but if he can at least keep up with the guys and the steps, that's something. Because when Michael Jackson tried to do that "This Is It" concert, and I kept telling everybody he is not the same guy. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody was
But
saying he
even
was
oh no, you can tell he was frail and no,
exactly,
100. You can see it, but he
exactly.
still was able to keep up though, better than what Bobby was.
He was, but he didn't have
But
that.
it wasn't the same. It wasn't.
Right,
He
he
didn't
didn't
have
have
the
that
same
pop. He
energy.
didn't
Yeah,
have
he
that
didn't.
oomph
Whatever it is.
right, that he's
You know,
known for.
it's hard to have that same energy
At
at
50,
50.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
that you had when you were 8, 9 years old on stage.
Yeah.
You know
Right,
what I'm saying? You
exactly.
just
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, that's
Especially when you on drugs and this and that and the other. Right. So my thing was when they was talking about that 50 concert, just like Bobby Brown, I was saying the same thing because I saw a clip on YouTube and I was just saying to myself too, just like Jules said, like Bobby, man, either go lose weight or just let it go.
I think it's
Just let
beyond
it
the
go,
weight.
man.
I think it's
He
beyond
must
the
really
weight.
need the money real bad. That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I would hope he still gets some decent royalties. If nothing else, just the "Don't Be Cruel" album. I'm sure that those songs are still being played, and he should still be getting some type of royalties.
Oh, if you're gonna do that, I'll be like Bobby. Look at here, bro. I love you. Just sit on the stool, and we'll put some dancers around you. And
Yeah,
just
look,
sing
and
the
New
lyrics.
Edition actually they hired dancers for this tour. They got a whole bunch of female dancers.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
six.
Let
It's
the
like
dancers
6 of
do
them
the
up on
dances
there.
for you, Bobby. You just sing
Right?
the
Yeah,
lyrics,
they
right?
they have dancers. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all don't blame him because that's what I would do for Bobby. When it was time for Bobby to do his solo stuff, like Bobby, look, sit in the stool. Everybody understand. We see what's going on.
Right.
Just sing on the mic and let the girls do the rest. That way you ain't got to be out of breath. You can sing the song like you want to, and let the girls imagine what you used to look like when you used to get down. There you go.
Now, what about the rest of New Edition? Okay, now, all right, since we talking about Bobby retiring, now New Edition, they're literally on tour now. Do y'all feel that New Edition as a group need to retire? Not
no,
necessarily because they can't keep up, but just because it's like, all right, guys. I
no,
mean,
No,
okay, I agree with you, because I look. I agree
no,
with you.
no,
I'm like,
no.
please
no.
They
don't.
still
And
look good, man.
I'm not even a
Please don't.
big New Edition fan like that, but they're like sonically, they're holding their own.
Yes.
Aesthetically, they're holding their own as a group. Please, and again, they have a niche market where they can appeal to. Please, they be crazy not to do it. No,
And then
I'm-
other than Bobby,
There's not many
and
groups that
Ralph,
can get me to sit down and look at a cell phone footage of a concert more than one different angle. Like, I've looked at this culture tour on YouTube from I don't know how many different people's cell phones. There's not many artists that can grab my attention that long. And I'm talking about I'm looking at it from beginning to end, and then I go and I find somebody else's clip from a different city, and then I sit and look at it again. It's not many groups that can do that. So yeah, I feel you, cause they don't need to retire. Cause I'm like I never get tired. I can literally watch the concert and be like, oh, somebody else got it. This one looks a little bit clearer, and then watch the whole concert again. I can do that with them.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can do that
No,
with them.
New Edition don't need to retire, but I'm gonna tell you a group that does. And I hate to say this, and I love them, but the Jackson
If you say
Brothers-
boys to men, let me put my mouth so I can
I'm-
cut you off. Hold up, just in case. Let me
no,
get ready.
I'm getting ready to
Hold
talk
up,
about the
hold up.
group
Wait a minute.
that-
Hold up. Before you say that, hold up. Let me
You already said it.
hold up. Hold up. Let me make sure. Let me see if it works.
Yeah.
Just can't
Okay,
hear
it works.
it.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Say the name of the group.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see if it worked.
No, but the group that seriously I think needs to let it go is the Jacksons.
The Jacksons.
I didn't do that for myself. I know for a fact that if Kim was on here right now, if Kim was on right now, that's what would happen right now. So that's for you, Kim.
I got the. I've heard some of that.
That's for you, Kim. I'm
When
sorry.
they
All right, go ahead,
first
James. I'm
started
sorry.
off, and when they had Jermaine, I mean, they sounded decent.
Uh-huh.
You know, they look good, whatever. But now that it's just Tito, Jackson,
It's just three of them, right?
yeah,
It's
Marlon.
just three of them.
It's like they keep diminishing. Before long, it's gonna be two Jacksons. It's
Right,
like,
and it's like, and there's more of them still alive. The only one that we lost is Michael.
Michael,
It's like,
right.
but the rest of they just like torn as three people now. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Like,
it
if
might
it-
be
if-
time to.
I'll be like, look, don't do nothing live. Record it and do like Michael used to do sometimes. Just record your vocals good and then let them play it. And then y'all just dance. Cause when y'all trying to do Michael songs and y'all trying to do all that live, like
Yo, for me, I don't know about Jermaine, but Jermaine's hair needs to
Needs to retire.
needs to retire, man. He's got like three. He's got
Hold
three.
up, Jermaine doesn't even tour with them. It does he? Jermaine's not even on the tour with them. I don't think.
no, I don't think he is either.
It's Jackie, Marlon, and Tito.
Tito,
That's it.
Yep.
I think it's Jackie Martin. So yeah, so Jermaine already retired.
You know it's time to retire when Tito is doing Michael's part.
And Tito never saw. I haven't looked at any clips of what they doing.
No.
I have to
all
check
the-
that out.
yeah.
Now, I'm gonna have to search for that.
I can see
I'm
Marlon
gonna have
doing
to
it
search
before
for
I see Tito doing it. Like, no, let Marlon do that. He's a little bit he got baritone, but he got a little more higher range than the both of y'all. Oh, Jackie. But yeah, Tito, don't do Michael's part. No,
I have to see that. Wow, that would be real interesting to hear.
and particularly
Tito try
now
to
that you
sing
don't have
Michael.
Jermaine there. You know, I can see Jermaine doing it.
And
'cause
Jermaine was the second lead singer.
before,
Yeah.
right? So I can get Jermaine doing it, but I just think that I love the Jacksons, and y'all know how much I love the Jackson Five. So
Mhm.
for me to see them
them
now, you know, I mean, sometimes their lives is good, and other times it's not really that good. I just wish that they would record their voices. I think it would sound a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And do a little bit of that and a little bit, because now that they in their mid 60s, close to 70s. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some of them are older than my mama. So yeah, they definitely. I think
Jackie is 70.
Right. Yeah. So.
Well, 69 or 70 because Remy is 71.
Hey.
69, 70, and I mean, so they all in their late 60s. I mean, if Michael Jackson was alive today, he'd be the same age as my brother. He's 63.
Right. Mhm. Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's
Yeah, that's interesting because I haven't seen what they look like performing in recent years, but just the fact that it's just three of them, just seeing that, this makes me be like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
And of course they can't.
Just
they
seeing
move,
the fact that it's
right.
just three of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. It's like they move, but of course you don't expect them to move like 1971 move,
Right.
But
Of course.
yeah, but you can see that they clearly got age on them. So but like Kasai said, if you got an audience out there that don't mind listening to it, hey, make that money.
Oh yeah, they'll always have.
Make that money. Yeah, they always have that
nostalgia's sake. Yeah, they'll always have.
But I would just love to see all five of them back on stage, including if if Jermaine and Randy can just work it out, which I seriously doubt, but work it out, and they bring Randy on board, yeah, then I can
Yo,
see that.
Jermaine needs to shave his head, man. He's got 3 hairstyles going on at the exact same time.
Am I the only one that look like they want to use it?
Now, which hairstyle should he get rid of first? The number 1, 2, or 3?
He's got a corner,
1,
a
2,
short,
or 3?
all right, and a
Yeah.
high fade.
It looks like if you take a fire torch,
Yeah, that's
Jermaine,
one. That's hairstyle number 1. Is that one on the top? That's 1. And then the one over here, that's 2. I'm being bad.
the hairstyle I like is the one that looks like if he sweats at all, it'll melt. Like I don't. Yeah.
Isn't that Beijing?
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming it's like Beijing or something.
That little gel jerry curl flat top, like a
That
just
is
dissolve. Like,
that is
yeah, I hear you.
yeah I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
If Michael was alive right now, Jimmy,
Jermaine, I know you know better.
I need you to wash that stuff off. Wash that stuff off your hair. I'll pay for you to get some hair sewn into your hair. I will pay for it. Just wash that stuff off.
Give me a washcloth. Wash that stuff off,
Go get some soap and water. Go get me some soap and water. I'll wash it off for you. And I'll pay to have you have some hair sewn into your head. Don't worry.
I'll beat the brakes off of you. I'll beat the brakes off of you. You don't wash that stuff off.
Alright, we being bad. I'm gonna stop. Who's bad? Who said that, Jewel?
Listen.
It wasn't me. I was muted.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
Oh, that was Mitch. How does it feel?
You said bad. You said, who's bad?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Okay, all right. So we do have some more tracks to listen to. Now these are going to be loops. All right, so we all receive. And I meant to have this downloaded already. Let me. I should have let y'all keep talking about Jermaine for another minute. Go ahead, talk about Jermaine's hairstyle for like one more minute. Go ahead, y'all got one more minute. While I grab this. Yeah.
Rock bands earlier, and like I feel like a lot of them need to retire. Like a lot of the 80s, 90s hair bands, they need to go ahead and retire. Like Kiss, give it up. The Cure, give it up. They need to just stop. That's all I have to say.
You said ROCK rock bands as in
Michael Jackson go for the kick. You try to kick Jermaine's hair off. When he go for the kick. Mike have a new kick. Mike is gonna kick it. Mike gonna do a round kick to it.
Roundhouse.
New kick, man. What is it called? Right. The Jermaine Depressor. No!
Oh man!
Every time you see Jermaine, no!
You mean that scream he does? Like, oh!
Right, no!
And then a roundhouse kick.
He take off his damn glove. That's his damn boomerang.
Now he think he can cuss now. Be watch yourself now.
He cut the whole half off.
Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all can stop talking about this hair now. Thank you. I appreciate y'all covering me for a minute. All right, y'all. So before we go, we do want to let y'all check out this loop challenge that we had. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play the original. All right. So this is what the loop originally sounded. This is what it sounded like. So that was the sample. So that was emailed to a whole bunch of people. All right, and what we're going to do now is we're going to listen to see what people did with that. Whoops, that exact same sample. Is Brandy still on with us?
Yes, she
Is she there?
is.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with her. What you say?
In the chat.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna listen. We're gonna see what Brandy did with that loop. Let's check it out. All right, man. If you just tuned in, that was Brandy's rendition of the loop. That's what she did with that loop, man. What y'all think of that, man?
Hi.
You had me
Please.
rocking. That's for sure.
Phenomenal.
I'm loving Brandy for real. You had me rocking.
Phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You had me
You
rocking,
did
girl. We got to
good.
work together. Do some things.
It's time for you to put out an original project, B.
Exactly.
About
You
that.
know what?
Right.
She'll do that as soon as you. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna stop.
And she should label it "I Quit." That'll be the perfect cover.
Oh
album.
yeah,
I
I
quit.
quit. That would be a good album cover. That's what
I
you. Yeah,
quit.
now whatever. Whenever you do it, it should be the name of your album. I quit,
Okay.
and then you can tell everybody why
Exactly.
you
Brandy's so
called that.
good. She only made one album. Said I quit.
Quit.
Deal with
Like,
it.
I don't have
Exactly.
to be like Prince and pump out 4 or 5 albums every week. One and done.
I'm the new Lauryn Hill. I quit.
Another artist that retired basically at one point seemed like she did. But okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the next loop again with the exact same sample I played earlier. This is D Adams, because we do have 2 different D's, so let me be specific. This is D Adams, and she gave it a title. So this loop is called "Let the Guitar Sing." Wow. Okay, D, we hear you, Miss D Adams. That was crazy. What's your thoughts on that one?
He was dope.
Yeah, like the crack cocaine, like dope. Yeah. Well, at least me and you liked it, Mitch.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
Hot fire.
Yeah, man. Woo.
Like
I
hot
can tell you.
Cheetos.
Yeah, I can tell y'all missed doing these loops, man. Y'all put some time and energy up in these pieces.
Like hot Cheetos.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right. Well, we have 3 more. All right. So we're going to play Kibo. All right. And again, he's not the young man whose rap song I played earlier. This is his version. Now he has a title to this one too. It's called My Official. It's just called My Life. I'm sorry. My Life. That's what he calls it. My Life. All right. Here we go.
Hey, Kibo. House of Jazz, what up? Kim, what up? I see you. Okay, feel like Biggie cause I love the dough. But gas too high, where you need to go? Man, some people be acting so unbelievable. What they be thinking, man, I don't even know. They tryna chill in my house, no plans at all. Got plenty time, but they got no job. I'm just doing me, please do not call. I don't need no friends at all. Straight up, I'm just living life. Trying to come up right now, and I don't need your advice. I do what I want right now. I said I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. It's been a long week, it seems forever. Sick of the small talk, like how's the weather? Sick of the fake friends and all the fake love. I gotta make moves, it's time to change up, yeah. It's time for some action. Music is really my passion. Feeling like House of Jazz. It's a 1, 2, 3 classic. I'm just living life. Yeah. Trying to come up right now, and I don't need your advice. I do what I want right now. I said I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. You know we gotta bring it back, though. I'm just living life. Trying to come up right now, and I don't need your advice. I do what I want right now. I said I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. My life. Hey, that's right.
Oh my goodness, man.
That was good.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
That was really good.
And
you see what D. Grantham Jr. wrote?
I've been trying to find this y'all screen for like the last 2 minutes. What did he
That's
write?
the thing.
He said this could be a theme song on the reel.
I know. He was like a 1, a 2, a 3 classic. That was tight. I felt honored when I heard that. I was like, oh, he took my line. He took my line and put it in the song, man. For real, that really could be a thing. It really could. Crazy. Okay, I cannot find y'all screen, so I can't see y'all. So if y'all typing anything, just know I don't see anything. All right, can't find the tab. All right, but we're gonna go ahead on, and now we're gonna listen to what Mitch did with that exact same loop. Here we go. All I'm going to say is I'm so glad I didn't try to make anything because my stuff would have been whack compared to what I'm hearing tonight. Man, if y'all just tuning in, that was the one and only Criffy, aka Mitch Soul, and that was his rendition of that same loop. What's y'all thoughts on that, y'all?
Good job, brother. Good job.
Thank you very much.
I concur.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. All right. Well, we do have one more submission. This is really good, man. I'm gonna have to see if I can get Kim to send us something else again for this week because this is really good. All right. So this is Rocky, Baltimore's own Rocky. This is his rendition.
Rocky.
Oh.
Now.
Yay!
Chopping it up now. Okay. All right, man. If y'all just tuning in, you were listening to Baltimore's own Rocky Shipley and his rendition of that loop. Man, what's y'all thoughts on that one?
It's so amazing.
So it was,
Awesome.
man. Rocky's so nasty. We know what you was thinking when you made that
Yeah,
song.
he was like, yo, he like, I got a couple of grandkids. I think I want a kid of my own again. Let me make this track real quick and play it for my wife.
Yeah, right.
How does it feel, baby?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
How does it feel?
Rocky started off doing a little sin, and
And it turned into a baby. So,
Then he had to go to the altar.
Sound like a baby making song.
Yeah, then he had to go to the altar. Ooh, forgive me, Jesus.
Oh no. Oh no.
man, so yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, for
that
those
was
of you,
crazy.
like I said, if y'all just tuning in, it looks like we got a 2 or 3 more people in here. What we did was we took the exact same sample, same loop, and we had 5 people do different things with it. So that's what we just got finished listening to. If you came in and you missed it, don't worry about it. I'm not taking this stream offline. You can always just go back and check it out. Really talented independent producers out there. So like if you ever want to reach out to any of them, it's not too hard. You usually can find most of them on Instagram. You just look at their names that you know them as on here. Or if you follow any of us on Instagram, you'll probably notice that we follow them. So you can always find them through our accounts too. So yeah, definitely some talented people, man. And I appreciate everyone that participated. And thank you, Kim, for sending that out. So we'll see if she can send out something again for next Saturday. If you would like to be on the mailing list to receive that loop, like, when we have loops like this, we're going to see if we can do it again next week. You're going to have to reach out. I hate to say email, I'm getting to a point where I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really read my emails like that anymore. But definitely, I mean, you can shoot out an email, but also try to contact me on Instagram too, like through DM. That's probably better because I'm always on my tablet. I can see that way better. But I mean, I guess the email is on my tablet too. I'm just really, I have a lot of emails, y'all. A lot of emails. Over 30,000 unread messages. So,
Wow.
yeah. So that's why I say you're better off maybe sending a DM or whatever. And what we can do is we'll make sure that you can be on the list to receive the loop too. Okay, so definitely do that. Do that soon, especially if you want to be a part of what we're doing this Saturday with recreating the loops. Definitely do that soon. All right. Well, I enjoyed this, and what I would like to talk about next week. It doesn't have to be the entire evening or whatever. I kind of would like y'all to have a chance to think some more of some artists that y'all think need to retire, and we can kind of revisit it with different people though, and then we can still go ahead on and talk about other things. But keep that in mind. So if you're out there listening in the chat room or whatever, or if you catch this stream later, I kind of want I want to do a part two to this. I want to see, once you get a chance to think about it more, and it could be rappers, singers, just anyone that you think probably need to retire. So I think this was a good discussion, and I'm sure that there's some more people out there that need to retire, right? Mary J. Blige. Okay. So no, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Mary. I'm just playing, Mary. Give me a call sometime. No, I'm just playing. Is there anything anybody wants to say before we sign off?
Yeah, I got one. I got one thing to ask.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Rodney, if I ever get a date, can I use that song? I just want to add that.
Yes, Rocky.
Oh, Rocky, I'm sorry. Hey, Rocky. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, I need that song, bro. No, I'm just playing.
What's that song? What was that song? It's the instrumental. Everyone knows it. I can't think of the title of it. Never mind, because it's no lyrics to it. Never mind. Mm-hmm. I can't think of it anyway. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all. Thank you for those of you that joined. Hopefully, if you haven't had a chance to, give us a thumbs up. It does help when it comes to the YouTube algorithm and things like that. So, and appreciate y'all just hanging out with us. And we will catch you next time. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful Sunday and week.